We're back. Greg, and Mitch Show.
Hey.
Number
3.
Is this 3 with all of us?
No. Is it?
Might
2.
be
No,
2.
this is 2. Yeah. We've had I feel like we've had Greg and Mitch shows over FaceTime.
I know, dude.
I know for sure Big Greg and I have had multiple FaceTimes, and we'll be on FaceTime for like an hour or two, and we'll be like,
Fuck, I wish I was recording.
Why didn't we record that?
That was a podcast right there.
Yeah.
Especially if you call me like fired up about shit.
Which is always.
That's our best conversations. It's funny because I don't FaceTime anybody, but the only way we talk is FaceTime.
Greg gets mad at me if I don't call him on FaceTime.
Yeah, bro. I want to see your smile. If I'm going to take my time out of my day to hang out with you.
I'm all about it. I approve. Because, like, often, if it was just a phone call, I wouldn't get a visual like this.
Yeah, there you go, dude.
In your puff jacket.
It's almost like we're hanging out.
And we're in T-shirts.
Mid-May.
Yeah, everybody who's watching on YouTube can see I'm in an Arc'teryx down jacket. Because we're right under the AC unit, and you're a fucking pussy because you're cold. And it's like, you know what? I want to be comfortable while I podcast.
Yeah. And puff jackets are super comfortable.
They are. I'd be sweating my dick off, though, right now if I was wearing them.
So Mitch has something to relay to you.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I do?
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
if you guys recall the last Greg and Mitch show, Greg read a chapter out of the book that's going to be coming out, and who knows when. And then Mitch rewrote that chapter.
I wrote an alternate ending.
The alternate ending. And so he goes, bro, send me another chapter out of your book, and we'll do it again on this episode. You were getting your orator or narrator?
I don't know. I'm not that educated.
I read books.
Lapin was getting ready to narrate, and then Mitch goes, bro, you didn't send me anything. You sent me like 5 seconds of shit.
Dude, well, so when did you send this? Yesterday at 3:20. Yeah. So we're already at the academy rolling.
Yeah.
And we're already rolling, and Greg is still on the plane just slacking
in his middle seat.
Yeah, that was punishment.
God, I know
for his other slacking.
It's like, dude, I got to piss a lot now. I'm 41.
It was his procrastinating. Because I was like, dude, I was trying to get a hold of him for like 9 fucking days to get his to get his ticket here.
Oh, I'm getting hot now. I'm gonna take this coat off.
And then I finally,
you guys are berating me.
I finally get a hold of him like 2 days, basically like 4 days ago. And I'm like, you know what? You're getting. I go to book his seat, and I go to get him a first class ticket, like a good friend, and they're all gone. And I was like, I don't feel bad.
That's what he gets.
At all. And then the next best ones were business class, and they were all middle seats. So I was like, yeah, he's getting a middle seat. And I just thought it was funny.
So is this what he sent you? Because this is what I got. But that's look how fucking long that is.
Oh, right. But look, so we're rolling.
Oh, I know.
That's long as. So
we're rolling yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck, Greg? You never sent me the fucking thing so I can write an alternate ending. And then I get this in our group text the next morning.
But
Greg,
you didn't click on it.
Right. I read it. It's only fucking, it's like 2 sentences, 3 sentences. And it's like the next morning, Greg awoke to what sounded like an altercation on the back deck. He looked over, and Mitch's bunk was empty. Greg flung himself out of bed and hurried to the back deck to investigate. And I'm
that
like,
was it.
Yeah, and I was like,
and
I'm like fucking in the middle of rolling, and I like check my text, and I'm
like that motherfucker. Dude.
I'm like, he just fucking sent me a sentence, like, just pulled something out of his ass, like, and I'm like, man, this is kind of like not what I was wanting. I wanted like something to work off of, and so I'm literally thinking of alternate shit for this, but I'm like, I'm gonna basically have to write the whole story, and and I'm like. And then later, when he finally arrives, and I bring it up, and I was like, and I make like a joke or like a statement.
I know, he was like, it took me 2 hours,
yeah,
bro.
And I was like, dude, that fucking took you 5 seconds. You didn't even try.
I was like, this motherfucker's talking shit.
And Greg's like, dude, that took me 2 hours. And
so you didn't know that he didn't click on it?
No. I thought that he read the whole thing and was like, that's just such shit. That's like 5 seconds of bullshit.
Yeah, and then just like fucking 10 minutes ago, I was in Greg's room and I pull up this message because I was like still thinking like maybe I could make something out of this. And then I was like, what's this little arrow? And I click the arrow and it's fucking like, it's like 20 paragraphs.
Yeah. You're like, oh, my bad, bro.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn. Which he did still send late as fuck. Can we just say that?
Fair enough.
So,
Dude, the truth of my life is lately,
this was hilarious to me.
I'm a procrastinating motherfucker, dude.
So we will give you on the next Greg and Mitch show. We will give you an alternate ending to.
Which will be recorded July 9th or 10th. Is that what we're shooting for?
Yeah.
All right.
So we don't have an alternate ending for this one?
That's up to you, I guess.
Bro, I'm going to be out at your place on July 10th. And every time we hang out, we record an episode.
July 9th. Right?
July 9th, yeah.
Saturday, yeah.
That's been unless we need to change it for somebody.
That's good. No.
We don't have an alternate ending for this
I have
one?
not even read it. I haven't read it.
Do you want to read it live on the air for the first time?
Dude,
Fuck yeah.
I want to.
How about this? How about he orates this version of it now? And then they got to tune in to
hear the
next
ending.
Here's
episode.
a triple X version.
We could do that.
Okay.
All right.
I have not even heard this.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's just get into it. Fuck it.
The next morning, Greg awoke to what sounded like an altercation on the back deck. He looked over and Mitch's bunk was empty. Greg flung himself out of bed and hurried to the back deck to investigate. He saw a pirate ship tied up alongside their sailboat and wondered what they could possibly want. The pirates hadn't noticed Greg, but that had somehow taken Mitch prisoner. Greg could hear the pirates ordering Mitch to walk the plank to the shark-infested waters below. The pirates wanted the sailboat, and throwing Mitch into the shark-infested waters was the only way that was going to happen. Greg was scared. He and Mitch did wrestling and jiu-jitsu together, and he knew how tough Mitch was. He thought to himself, if these pirates could capture Mitch, how could I ever defeat them? Greg remembered his second grade teacher, Mrs. Dumpleton, telling the class that hands are not for hitting. But here, he was in a situation outnumbered and alone with his best friend in need of immediate help. Greg assessed the situation and counted 5 pirates on board. One was up by Mitch, telling him to walk the plank, and the other 4 were near the rear of the pirate ship. Greg knew it was time to act. He leapt from the bow of his boat and landed on the pirate ship. He lunged at the pirate by Mitch. Greg shoved him with all his might, and the pirate was thrusted into the shark-infested waters below. Immediately, Greg untied Mitch, and they advanced on the pirates together as a team. They said, "You guys are fucked." That's not, I ad-libbed that. It was now 2 versus 4, and the pirates knew they were in some trouble. Bam! Mitch punched the first pirate, sending him flying into the water. At the same time, Greg grabbed another one of them and put him in a choke he learned at jiu-jitsu class, and the pirate went to sleep in 5 seconds. The last 2 pirates looked at the boys with terror in their eyes and turned about and jumped overboard on their own accord. They didn't want a fair fight, and they fled like cowards once the boys started to get the upper hand. Greg and Mitch jumped back aboard their sailboat, untied the pirates' ropes, and headed away on the open water. The boys were a little shaken up by their fight, but they also felt good knowing that when it's necessary, they have the ability to protect themselves and the courage to stand up for what's right. The boys continued sailing for the rest of the day with hopes of finding land. As the sun began to set, the boys once again retreated to the cabin to rest for the night. They decided that tonight they would take shifts watching the boat so they would not be caught off guard again. The boys awoke bright and early. They did their morning routine of fishing, collecting water, and preparing breakfast. It felt good to be able to take care of themselves without the help of anyone else. The boys started doing daily exercise routines too, as a way to stay busy and pass the time. Each morning they would do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups on the back deck. They would then do a pull-up competition off the boom. The boom is a horizontal beam that's the base the sail's attached to. Mitch would usually win in the pull-ups, but he couldn't beat Greg's time hanging off the boom by his feet.
I swear to God, I was gonna somehow incorporate that in my alternate ending.
These silly games and competitions kept the boys in high spirits and added a sense of fun and excitement to the monotony that filled the days on the open ocean.
Did you write this on the plane?
Half of it on the plane. Yeah.
That half. The boys had been on the open water for more than a week now. After a long night of pulling guard duty, the boys climbed high on the mast to scour the horizon for land. "Land ho!" Greg yelled. Finally! They could see what looked like land just breaking over the horizon. They maneuvered the sails and started heading that way. As the boys sailed closer to the island, the boys could see that this didn't resemble anything like they'd seen back at home. Large sandy beaches lined by lush tropical forests as far as the eye could see. The boys saw both banana and coconut trees, and they could not wait to stand on solid ground. The boys beached the boat and jumped into the warm sand. The earth had never felt so good. There was not a sign of other people anywhere. It seemed to be an uninhabited tropical island, but the boys stayed vigilant after dealing with the pirates only a day prior. They spent the next few hours gathering fruit and drinking water from a stream they had discovered. The boys were discussing their options on whether to stay or gather supplies and return to the ocean when suddenly a group of 7 men emerged from the rainforest. These men didn't look or sound like anyone Mitch or Greg had ever met before. They had dark skin, small loincloths, and spoke in a language that neither boy recognized. They carried spears and bows and looked extremely fit and strong. One of them had a small pig tied across his shoulders, so the boys guessed they were out on a hunting trip. One of the men looked at the boys and gestured with his hands to come with them. The boys were apprehensive, but didn't want to upset their new acquaintances and started walking with them in the direction they indicated. "I wonder what they want from us," Greg said to Mitch. Mitch looked back at Greg and believed that perhaps they were also on the menu with the little pig being carried back as well. The boys arrived at the village. To their surprise, there were kids playing everywhere. Some kids were wrestling, and others played soccer. The village was relatively small, only consisting of about 30 small huts. They were led to a hut on the backside of the village, where they were greeted by an old man that appeared to be at least 80 years old. "Hello," he stated. To the boys' surprise, he spoke English. Not very well, but enough to communicate with them. "Why you come here?" he stated in a deep, ominous voice. Greg replied, "We are lost and landed here by accident. We're trying to get back home to America." The old man scowled deeply, looking at the boys, and stated, "To be on our land, you must show toughness, courage, and strong character. If you pass our test, you may feast and share this land until you go home. If you fail, you will be banished, as we do not share our land with weaklings or cowards." The boys were nervous, but knew whatever the tasks were, they needed to perform exceptionally well. "Come," the old man stated. Mitch and Greg walked through the village to a large circular dirt pit that was about 15 feet across. Standing in the center of a pit was a boy that was probably 14 years old. He looked extremely strong with muscles bulging everywhere. The village elder then pointed at Mitch and said, "You must fight now." Mitch knew what was on the line and mentally prepared himself to win. "You have to win. You have to win. You have to win," was repeating in his mind over and over again. Mitch stepped into the pit, and the two boys started circling each other. Mitch wanted to be first and shot in for a double leg as the boy sprawled heavy on top of him. Mitch and Greg were both surprised as they both wrestled and did jiu-jitsu and didn't expect the boy from a remote island to be so skilled. The boy spun and took Mitch's back and started trying to choke Mitch from behind. Mitch struggled for what seemed like an eternity, defending the choke and trying to escape. Finally, Mitch was able to stand up and shuck the boy off his back, and he fell to the dirt below. Mitch pounced on the boy like a tiger and got to the mount position. He threw a couple punches until the boy turned away to defend it and exposed his neck. Finally, Mitch thought, the tables have turned. Mitch sunk in a rear naked choke. The boy refused to tap, with so many of his village elders watching. He went to sleep, and Mitch immediately let go of the choke and stood up to his feet. He was worried how the village would respond to an outsider defeating one of their fighters, but suddenly the crowd erupted in cheer and started celebrating. "Come," the old man said, and the boys were led to a large dining area and presented with a feast unlike anything they had seen. Many tropical fruits and vegetables, and large servings of both fish and pork. The boys ate and enjoyed their meal, but were careful not to overindulge. We are still guests and being evaluated, they thought. After enjoying their meal and sharing good energy with the villagers, the elder walked in and looked at the boys and said, "There is now one more test. Please come." The village elder then presented him with 5 of his most beautiful women and said, "Now, eat their asses."
Greg immediately forfeited.
And Mitch dove in for the feast again.
Okay.
So the moral of the story is...
now I'm like in the mood to write an alternate ending.
The moral of the story is you must always eat ass.
Yeah. By July 9th.
That's what I learned from that story.
By July 9th, I got to come up with something. So
I
tuned
want
for an alternate ending.
a book where little boys are winning and fucking dudes up and feeling good about it.
But because of fucking adversity.
Yeah,
and
dude.
struggle.
They're going hungry. They're having to fight dudes. They're lost.
Bro.
All kinds of shit.
Pets' heads are falling off.
You know, and again, like, it's not my kids, it's your kids. It's, you know, it's like, but you know what my fucking kids were doing today? My kids were at a fucking jiu-jitsu tournament, fucking fighting other kids to win a medal, but to
sword.
fucking win. Fucking fighting them to try and choke them unconscious or, like, break their limbs if they don't tap.
Yeah,
my 7-year-old little girl, you know, like, is out there fucking fighting another girl on the mats.
And we heard her on the phone yesterday, and she was super excited to do it, and she wanted to win that sword.
That's right,
She
bro.
goes, I'm going to look for chokes from the back, Dada. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, he's like, you're good at those. You should
Awesome.
get those.
And most fucking kids, most 7-year-olds don't even know what a choke from the back is.
No.
You know? That's why I added like these, because have you seen those fucking posters in elementary schools? It's like a picture of hands and it says, these hands don't hit. And it's like,
I haven't even seen those. My kids' hands
hey,
hit.
these hands hit
Yeah.
whenever it's fucking necessary.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? These hands don't
Bro,
hit.
I told you, like, so usually, like, when I go teach my morning class, I get home in time to wait for the kids for the school bus. And both my kids take the bus. They go to public school. But
How do you feel about that?
public school?
Yeah.
Man, I disagree with a lot of, like, Western schooling. And I would love to be able to homeschool the kids. I just don't know if we can do it, dude. You know, like, I think kids should spend more time outside, more time doing shit with their hands. Like, for me, fortunately, like, my public school system is super conservative. I live in the South.
That's more so what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My
Like,
school
I've
system
always,
is super conservative.
you know, back, like, I went to public school, obviously, and, like, you know, I always felt like public school is a good life kind of skill builder, you know,
Absolutely.
because it's socialization, it's politics, it's all of that shit,
Right.
you know.
It's a real sample of society.
Yeah, because you really like don't understand when you're in high school. You think like adults are like a different breed or something.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like they've got a different world going on. You know, they're all older. They've got their shit together. That's what I thought. And then it's like once you start to get older, you realize that
They don't know shit either.
these are just a bunch of fucking the same stupid people that were in high school that just got older.
Well, it's funny. I literally have that talk with my kids like almost on a nightly basis. I'm like, look, here's what you guys got to understand. Your teachers don't know shit. Like, literally, this is like verbatim the talk that I have them. I'm like, they're reading you something out of a book. And you need to learn how to do the math. You need to learn how to add and subtract and do multiplication, division. You need to learn how to read and spell. Like, these are all good lessons. But like, when your teacher tries to like tell you something, they don't know shit. You listen to mom and dad.
Yeah.
You know, you listen to mom and dad. And like, fortunately, like, I live in the South. I live in a very conservative, pro-military, pro-law enforcement, you know, locale. And the school system kind of leans that way as well. So I'm really fortunate. If they didn't, I'd pull them out for sure. I still don't like the school system because, like, dude, my kids, they get on the bus at 7:30 in the morning. And they don't get home off the bus till 4:15. That's a fucking
That's all
that's a
fucking day.
grown
It's a
man's work day.
Yeah.
And they get 20 minutes outside.
Yeah, dude.
20 fucking minutes outside. Now, fortunately, my kids go spend an hour to an hour and a half of jiu-jitsu every day, you know, but like before, like when we're waiting out in the front yard for the bus, we hit pads. My son's hitting focus mitts with me while he's waiting for the bus. And then when he gets on the bus, then my little girl hit focus mitts with me while she's waiting for the bus. So those hands are for hitting, by the way.
Bro, the thing is, the public school system, like, Remember when we were kids, there was a couple like homeschool kids and they were always weirdos.
Weird. Yeah, because they didn't get social skills.
Oh, dude, those kids are fucking those homeschool weirdos. And I think that was kind of true in our generation.
Yeah.
But in this generation, there's so many fucking parents that
they're
going
to be the normal kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
There's so many
for
parents
sure.
that are like, hey, I'm not homeschooling them because I'm a wacko or because I'm afraid of my kids being exposed to other kids or whatever. It's because they realize the radical narratives that are being shoved down children's throats, and they're like, "Fuck, I don't have any other option." And so I have a lot of kids that are at my jiu-jitsu academy that are being homeschooled, and their parents tell me, they're like, "Bro, they're like." They get tons of socialization right here.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're in a room of 35 kids for an hour while they train, and then a lot of them stay after while the adults train, and they're out running around the field.
We homeschooled our kids through COVID, and then when they were like supposed to go back to school but had to wear masks, we just kept them home until they didn't have to wear masks. And the same thing, they get socialization every night. But
so yeah, if you think like homeschooling your kids is it comes with a socialization problem, well, we have the solution.
Well, it's
to
only
that.
if you
just
make
like,
it
just like we do with everything.
Right.
It's fucking
Jiu-jitsu.
jiu-jitsu. You know, that's a real thing, dude.
I swear, like, I didn't learn fucking anything in school. Like,
oh, dude, I was a horrible student.
I was there purely for like life skills and just
same
socialization, and you know, you can get pretty fucking far with that. You know,
Well,
I don't know,
Fighting, alcoholic beverages, and chicks.
Oh yeah.
And
100%.
that'll take you far.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I don't understand what's the like hyper obsession with like sexualizing everything, and like especially with young kids, you know.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
And it's like, it's not. Now we have to talk about transgender and all this shit in like school, and like, you know, gender being like questioned and everything. And it's just so bizarre to me, and I'm like, why?
So like,
what the fuck is going on?
It's crazy, dude.
Man?
On that note, like, and this kind of started during the whole COVID thing, but I've always had a really good relationship with the principal and vice principal of my kid's school. They would call me up. They'd consult with me about security measures of the school, you know, a response to active shooter, et cetera, et cetera. And I've always been really cool with them. And actually, even like I went and recommended what kind of tourniquets they buy, and showed them, went down, did like a little free class, how to use the tourniquets, et cetera. And during the whole COVID thing, it came out that they were talking about like doing vaccine education in the school. And so I called up the vice principal of my kid's school, and I said his first name because we're on that first name basis. I said, hey, look, I'm calling you right now because this is what I heard. And I'm telling you right now, if you hear about this being released in the school,
I need to know now.
You need to call me immediately. I need to be the first person you tell, and I need to hear it from you, okay? Because we have been allies, and I'm on your side to this point. But if I hear it from anyone other than you, we are not going to be allies anymore. And you know what I used to do for a living and what I'm capable of. And I promise you, it's not going to be good. And he was like, I understand. And that's what we left it at.
And then he called the police and filed a report against you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still here, so.
He's just thinking about that.
Bro, I mean, like, I'm still kind of torn on all this
the wrist,
stuff.
walk away.
Like, is this stuff starting to get lightened up, or are they just giving everybody a pause?
I think you're just giving everybody
so
a
everybody
pause.
can just
bro, make
relax,
dude. Make
and
no
then
mistake.
come late summer or early fall,
dude,
they're gonna turn the fucking dial up and come back with all this bullshit and try and get everybody fucking on anxiety level 1000.
Dude, you think they're gonna give up the power they got?
That's
right
what I'm
now?
saying, bro.
It's crazy.
Fucking way.
It's crazy though how the mainstream media, the narrative, the government, everyone can just go look left, you know,
bro?
Oh, squirrel.
Yeah, like
Ukraine.
Oh, now
abortion.
Oh. COVID.
There's no more COVID.
And people just Johnny Depp on trial or whatever.
Like, bro, it drives me fucking nuts, dude. And like, okay,
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah,
or whatever the fuck it was. I don't even know.
the biggest story in the last 3 months, in my opinion, that just got glossed over and no one's making a big thing about it is that
Ghislaine Maxwell?
No, well, we can go into that next. But they're like, oh, hey, we realized that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine gives you blood clots, so we're not recommending that anymore.
Mm-hmm. And you don't hear fucking shit about it.
Fucking crickets.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, no. Hey, motherfucker, and I'm speaking to Jay Inslee and Jenny Durkin and that fucking morbidly obese pussy chief of police in Seattle. You three motherfuckers said you have to take one of these vaccines or we're firing you.
Yeah.
Okay? It wasn't like, oh, hey, we're going to let you think about it, or we're going to let you assess it. You guys all know the story. And it was happening nationwide.
Yeah.
But where I was at in Seattle, they turned the fucking heat up on people, man. And they're like, you have until this day. And if you don't get vaccinated, you're getting fired. And bro, I know someone that's like, dude, they told me I only have this long to get vaccinated. And the only vaccine that falls into that window is the Johnson & Johnson.
Bro, they are not accountable for any of the fucking shit they do.
And so like now, you motherfuckers.
Well, it's not just the vaccine companies aren't responsible. Like that you're
people that
saying,
forced
the
it.
people
Yeah.
that force them
Yeah.
to do that aren't held responsible.
They should
either.
be fucking hung in the fucking square.
in the streets,
100%,
bro.
dude.
And I say this, and it's like, well, you better be careful not say that on your podcast.
Well, fuck you.
Listen, you fucking destroyed people's livelihoods. You destroyed people's careers. You fucked people out of their retire. There was people that are like, dude, I'm in 19 years, but I'm not taking this vaccine because I'm not comfortable with it. All right, you're fired.
Or they fucking took the vaccine, got a blood clot.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people got fucked over because these motherfuckers said
Damned if you
you
do, damned if you
have
don't.
to. And now, 6 months later, this was November when my buddy went through this.
Tar and feathered.
November. And now here we are in May, and they're like, oh, actually, yeah, that was dangerous and it gives blood clots. We're not recommending that anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, you motherfuckers that force people to do it, dude. When are we going to see a politician on
Held
either side of
fucking
the, not even
responsible.
held responsible on our account, on our accord, where we literally think they should be tar and feathered, but
Go to jail.
Is there a fucking politician anywhere, Republican, Democrat, that has the humility to say, hey, I need to do a public address tonight?
I was wrong.
And guys, listen, like
I'm stepping down.
the data that came out led me to believe this. These were the numbers that my administration was given, and I chose these actions based on A, B, and C. And unfortunately, I chose incorrectly. And I apologize. I hope you guys accept this apology. I'm willing to, yeah, like you said, I'm willing to step down, or I'm willing to whatever, right? Some type of humility. They don't give a fuck, dude.
No.
None of them. You haven't heard of fuck. Hey,
They're fucking self-serving pieces
you
of shit.
motherfuckers.
Zero accountability.
Fucked over the first responders, all the nurses, the firefighters, the police, bro. And that was my community up there. And that's like, and like teachers and everybody that works for the government.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, the government is us, you cock-sucking motherfuckers. It's not you. But you got a couple people that are able to just dictate policy, and they fucked everybody over. It's all good. Nobody's saying anything.
That's the problem. It
Nobody's
is them
calling
now.
for Jay Inslee to be fucking forcefully removed from office. You know, like, what the fuck are we talking about, dude? And I'm the crazy one.
Yeah.
Well, the day is going to come. The day is going to come
So
where
this-
I promise you, these motherfuckers are going to wish they had behaved differently. That day's coming. It has to. And we'll see what that looks like.
And you know what's crazy is like
Use your imagination.
These kinds of things and decisions led to people either losing out on pensions, losing out on their jobs, or getting, actually sick or
yeah.
hurt or killed or whatever. I mean, plenty of people died from it too. And
we all know they're skewing those fucking numbers.
there's absolutely no accountability. There's nothing for them. But if someone was to make like a racial, mark or remark or transgender or something transphobic or this and
God.
that, they'd be up in arms until that person was held accountable
Be all
and
over the
fired
news,
or whatever, canceled. Look at like Whoopi Goldberg said something about Jewish people in the Holocaust or whatever. Immediately off the air for 2 weeks, and then who knows what happened. I don't know what happened after that, but it was immediate action type shit.
Bro,
you know what I mean? Like
That's because if you
social justice issues,
if the
are
woke
treated
mob
like
doesn't
that.
like you, if the woke mob is offended,
Well, it's like obviously they are in control.
Yeah.
Or it's like whoever sides with them is
If
in
it's going to
control.
generate ratings, it's going to... Dude, a man bitch slapped another man in the face for saying some remark about his wife. That's it. and it was all over the fucking news for weeks, and it was the biggest thing ever.
Story, dude.
Bro, I fucking punched the fuck out of some motherfuckers in my life, you know, like
yeah, but he's also
on.
like super famous,
Yeah,
super
like,
world
but
famous,
who the
and he
fuck
did it
cares?
on a huge stage,
Bro, but
to another superhuman,
even
super
better
famous person. I'm just saying, like, yeah, obviously that's going to get talked about or whatever,
Yeah.
but
he only
bro,
did it because he didn't think there was any consequences too.
And there
he
wasn't.
didn't have any consequences.
But I was.
That's
I
why I
talked
did it.
about.
You did that. There would
That's
be.
what, fuck yeah,
If
dude.
I did that.
You've been in a cage, dude.
Yeah.
I talked about it on my podcast before. It's like, because right before that happened, I watched that Rise of the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, dude, I started watching that.
It's cool,
by the
man.
way.
But it's like, man, men used to do some crazy shit, and now everyone sits around and bitches and is afraid of everything and freaks out when a man slaps a man. And I was like, dude, this has to be end of times. You know, fuck, dude.
We're withering away, dude.
Dude, it's not, and I've talked about this on the show too. We're not just withering away. Like every generation's like, oh, well, you know, back when I was a kid, and that's just now we're the 40-year-olds saying that. It's science.
Oh, yeah.
Testosterone levels are at an all-time low. Yeah. So we're not just saying that because we look at the youth and think they're pussies. We say it because
it's actually
they
true.
Are fucking pussies, dude.
Are the 70-year-olds today? So back 30 years ago when they were 40, are they sitting here in our same spots being like, what the fuck is going on? Like, look at the direction we're headed. Are they doing that?
Are you're saying the 70-year-olds today when they were 40, so 30 years ago?
30 years ago.
Yeah, I think they were.
Are they sitting in our seats right now going, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, and because this is not, I mean, the last 24 months really shined a spotlight on what our government is doing.
Yeah,
but
COVID was a game changer.
It opened up a lot of people's eyes. But make no mistake, the government has been doing this shit
forever.
I mean, some people say hundreds of years.
Yeah, for sure.
But certainly multiple decades. And continuously, like, just indoctrinating us on little things here and there is like fucking political correctness. That's a big one. Like, dude, you know, we all agree that's kind of funny, but you know what? You shouldn't say that. And what that does is that starts self-censoring. What you're doing is you're making people afraid to say what they want to say because they're afraid of the backlash. Yeah. That was the very beginning of it. And now, dude, that was like the first 1%. And now that dial's been turned up to 100%.
Yeah.
Where everybody's afraid to say what they think. Even my fucking chief of police is like, Greg, I agree with you what you said in that video, but we can't say that. Like, everybody, for some reason, is afraid of the woke mob in our government. And both of those organizations are fucking pathetic with weaklings at the helm. Yeah. If you don't like what we say, fuck you. Do something about it.
Attitude is contagious, man. That's why I have that fucking shirt. Both, but for fear and for courage.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? It's like you guys are siding with the fear. Listen to yourselves. You're fucking self right there, just like he just said. I agree with you, but we can't say that. You're siding with the fear. You know, if you said it and I say it and he says it, and, you know, then the other people in the room are probably going to have the courage to say it too,
bro.
You know?
And that was like my verbatim answer. I'm like, can you imagine if this message came from a chief,
right? And said, hey, we support
instead of a patrol. I'm at the bottom of the fucking totem pole. Yeah, you know, I drove a patrol car around on the streets.
It gives it that much more credibility.
Yeah, but going back to what you were saying, like the majority of the people side with the fear because the majority of people are fucking bitches. Plain and simple. The majority of people are fucking weak bitches. So they're going to side with with who they think is going to lead.
They just want to go with the crowd.
They just want to go with the flow, go with the crowd.
Whereas like a gray man.
You know, you and me, the three of us, I'm like, disagree with me. I want you to disagree with me. Okay, cool. Well, bro, like, and we can either disagree or we can fucking get down.
Yeah. But this goes back to what we were talking about.
But we're also not just like fucking just fuck everybody. I'm just fighting everyone. No,
we're actually the nicest, kindest people ever.
Every one of us is absolutely down to have a conversation. Like, and I'm gonna match your energy, just like in jiu-jitsu when you go against a fucking white belt. Right. Like, and you're gonna be a fucking spaz on the mat. And if you want to come at me 1,000%, all right, we can go there.
And if you need an elbow,
but if you want to fucking come at me and try some shit. I'll match your energy. And if you want to ask me some questions about, something, then we can talk about it, and I'll help you and I'll improve. And, maybe you'll show me something that I don't fucking know. And I'm down to have that. And I'm saying the same way is true in life with like
you want to have a talk and a conversation
or whatever. And, like I just recently, my family I have a lot of family in Massachusetts, and they're all fucking liberals. And like, I listened, like, especially my grandfather, and I just went to my grandma's 80th birthday, and my grandfather's like 83. Dude, he's so conservative. If you talk to him, like if you have a conversation, he's way more conservative than you or I, right? Like still will not try marijuana, because he's like
Lucifer's lettuce.
He was a cop, retired cop. So he's spent his day.
I locked up people for this.
Yeah, like right, and so he's like that kind of like old school, super conservative,
right? Yeah,
and votes for Biden, like super liberal. You know what I mean? But has no idea.
Was it because of the anti-Trump stuff?
He thinks Trump is the devil. He watches CNN. They watch CNN, and they don't know that the news
is all
lies.
fakes.
They don't know.
Fake bullshit.
They can't just lie on TV. And I'm like, Grandpa, you got to watch YouTube. Like that's where it's at now. Like you can't listen. Everything on the mainstream media is a lie. It's all bought and paid for. It's all bullshit. It's all propaganda. And I'm like, you have to go.
Bro, that's not even
watch
a theory anymore.
Oh, some guy on the internet filmed it.
The internet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And it's like they look at Joe Rogan like, oh yeah, he's just some guy on the internet. It's like, yeah, this guy has a platform with 150 million people or whatever, and
people are following him by accident.
But the CNN and the mainstream media paint it like Joe Rogan's the one telling everybody that ivermectin works,
sure.
or
dude, they straight out
dude, Joe Rogan got over his COVID taking horse medication.
They
slandered him
for sure.
Yeah,
but and I'm trying to explain
horse
to him,
dewormer.
I'm like, man, and he's also been like a carpenter like his whole life. He's like an excellent carpenter. I'm like, Grandpa, do you think that you're qualified to could you explain to me how to build a doghouse? Like he's a master carpenter, and he's like, of course I could.
It's easy.
Yeah, I could teach you how to build a house. Like for every piece of it. And I'm like, okay, so do you think that you could teach like me and 10 people that? And he's like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, okay, so if you were to go on his podcast in front of 150 million people, do you think that you'd be qualified to teach people how to build a doghouse? Yeah. So 150 million people would learn from you, the expert. I'm like, that's what fucking Joe Rogan's doing.
Yes, dude.
He's bringing on fucking experts and letting them use his platform. Like, it's not Joe Rogan fucking saying this shit.
Not just
even though
Joe
Rogan is incredibly intelligent, but like he's also a fantastic interviewer. Because he's done this thousands of times, and it's not just these fucking bullshit interviews. Greg just spilled his drink all over.
Yeah, of course.
But and I'm like, he's not just like you're hearing these little snippets on CNN of these people come on and speak for 30 seconds or a minute on a subject or whatever, and that's the soundbite. I'm like, no, this is a 3.5 hour in-depth interview with loads of data, and everything is like in front of you on display and open source, so you can go find it yourself and explained. I'm like, that's what the fuck is going on now. That's the new way to get information, and they just don't understand it, and I'm like trying to tell them like all this corrupt shit that's going on, and they're just like, my grandma's like, I don't want to believe all that stuff,
No, well, guess what, Grandma? I don't want to believe it either.
And and in one sense, I'm like, look, you're in your 80s, like I get it. It's stressful for me thinking about it, and like, I don't want to fucking deal with this shit. I don't want to think about this shit, but like, I have to, but you're 80 something. Like, I was like, listen,
you might not necessarily have to.
I was like, listen, and I was like, don't even worry about it, Grandma. I was like, you just have to do one thing. Do not fucking vote for Joe Biden, because you do have a vote.
Yeah.
And you listening to this toxic trash bullshit on CNN and then going out and voting for Joe Biden. I'm like, you are just making this fucking 10 times worse. Just don't vote. That's all I need you to do.
Were they receptive to that at all?
my grandma was seemed more receptive, and my grandpa was coming around to it. But then the moment you bring up Trump, he's like, that guy's a fucking asshole, da da da, and just like, you know, he's an idiot. And I'm like, first of all, he's not an idiot. Like,
you
can hate on Trump all you want. He's not an idiot.
No.
Anyone who, and they're like, oh yeah, he got rich from his daddy helping him and giving him all this money. I'm like, his dad gave him $1 million loan
and became a billionaire.
And became a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
Like that is not easy to do. And most
people, here's a reality. Most people that get given any type of wealth, they squander it and it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a literal show about people winning the lottery. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what's it called? How the lottery ruined my life or something?
Dude.
And that's what people that do not have the capacity to be winners, and they squander it.
I'm telling you right fucking now, from someone who's had $1 million, you can fucking piss that away super fast.
Yeah.
$1 million is not that much money. It really is not, especially if you're trying to do like business shit and that kind of stuff. $1 million goes quick.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that Lapin's building a new jiu-jitsu academy. It's going to cost $1 million.
Over $1 million.
Yeah, you know,
$1.1 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, but we were saying like people like want to talk about.
But you know, if you don't turn that $1 million into $1 billion, you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot. Yeah, exactly, dude.
I might be an idiot. I'm just saying.
Bro, I think something to think about with like a lot of the people that just want to live in a state of fear. Are they choosing that on a subconscious level just because it is easier to not know the truth?
You think they want to live in fear? No, that's ignorance.
But ignorance and fear, I think, are very closely related because these people...
It could be with exhaustion, too.
Elaborate.
Like, you just don't even fucking want to know. I'm kind of at that point. Like, this fucking 2000 Mules movie that's...
You like, don't even give a fuck anymore.
Bro, like, I've heard, you know, it just shows, like, so much evidence of election fraud and fucking these people shoving fucking... They have tons of videos of people shoving
they pulled all
ballots
kinds of surveillance footage
all this
shit.
They've got fucking cell phone towers like pinging off of...
But where's it going to go? It's not going to fucking go anywhere.
And I'm like, dude, we have heard so much shit about this election fraud and this and that. We've had all these fucking accusations, all this supposed proof, all of this and that and the third. Like... And then you hear it like plastered all over that Hillary Clinton, it's like without a doubt, fucking made up the Russian collusion bullshit and spied on Trump as a sitting president. Like, fucking.
And what is happening?
Clearly broke the fucking law.
Yeah.
If you did that, you'd be in jail.
Oh, fucking yeah.
For sure. If fucking Trump did that to Biden, he'd be in jail.
Yeah,
for sure. So it's like, what the fuck is going to happen?
Nothing.
Like, how much shit about Hunter Biden has to come out, and like how much
He's still
more
a fucking rich kid.
proof needs to come out before anything is fucking done? And at this point, it's just like it's fucking exhausting. It's defeating. It's like
because
for sure.
they have...
What can you do?
They have no fear of the American people. I mean, wasn't it Thomas Jefferson that said, like, a government that fears its people, there's liberty. Mm-hmm. And a people that fear their government, there's tyranny.
Yeah.
And
we're experiencing tyranny.
The people fear the government right now, and they know that, and they have no respect for the people.
No, none whatsoever.
And that is why they're behaving in this way. Like, you don't just blatantly steal from people and blatantly disrespect people. Because if you do those things, there used to be consequences for them. So the fact that they're doing them, it says right there, we're not afraid of your consequences.
No, they have no consequences anymore.
Because you're not going to fucking do anything.
What were the consequences? January 6th? That these fuckers act like this was the worst day in American history and all this shit.
A bunch of people fucking walked in, were ushered in by the security. Ushered in.
Hey, darker. Was it Pelosi that said darker than 9/11?
Yeah. Oh, so many of them, dude.
Fucking ridiculous.
In my opinion, you should have to do a day in fucking stocks and pillories having fucking rotten tomatoes thrown at you for saying something like that.
Oh, bro, it's ridiculous.
You're a public official that's making your fucking salary is on my money. It's not. You don't produce anything.
No.
And that's the biggest problem with our government. They don't produce anything. They just take.
And they make a fucking tumbo, dude.
And you're going to sit up there and say that a dude with a fucking buffalo hat walking around making funny Instagram pictures is darker than 9/11?
Yeah.
You know? And take your opinions on 9/11 away and put it on the back burner. I'm not talking about who did it or what the reasoning behind it was. Fucking a lot of people fucking died that day.
Yeah.
And you're gonna fucking say that?
It was a fucking serious tragedy, man.
Put her out in the fucking stocks and pillories for the day. And if Pelosi gets put in pillories, I will buy a first class ticket and fly to DC with a bag of rotten tomatoes that fucking day, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody's ready for this.
Yeah, for sure.
But nobody says anything. No. You can't say that. You can't say that.
We're actually in DC right now, and we drove by the Capitol, and there's fucking 20-foot
massive fucking fences all over the place.
Fucking pussies,
and it's
dude. That's our capital.
Those are the people. Those are the supposed people that that are
represent us.
Supposedly that are elected to represent us, but they're that fucking terrified of us.
How the fuck does Nancy Pelosi know what the fuck we need?
And it's just shocking too, because it's been proven that fences don't work.
Right on the southern border only, though. if it's Trump's idea, then they don't work.
The only place border security matters is Ukraine. Okay.
Isn't that fucking nuts, dude?
So here's $40 million,
like $40 billion.
We keep saying $40 billion. That's just the last package that was proposed.
Yeah, there's been 54 billion sent,
bro.
there.
And so we're coming up on 100.
I know that
billion.
Our country.
I feel like fucking Dr. Evil right now.
Our country could certainly use $54 billion.
You think?
You know?
I mean, we gas is $6 a gallon.
Dude, like inflation
is up fucking 180% or something.
Bro, I can't afford health insurance for my family. I cannot afford health insurance for my I don't have health insurance for me or my family, bro. And I'm a fucking pretty successful businessman, and I can't afford health insurance because
you know what the next best
paying
thing
another
is?
Smashing
greens.
Smashing greens.
Yeah, if you're smashing greens, you don't need health insurance.
There we go. That's it. Smashing greens.
MassiveSupplements.com.
You know?
It's fucking nuts.
That's no bullshit, It's fucking ridiculous, man.
But all these cocksuckers that have bought the narrative and they're wearing their masks and well, that's another thing I wanted to bitch about, because when I flew out here, 70% of people were masked up again.
Hey, sir, we're on another flight, man.
Bro, I'm just like, what?
At the fucking steakhouse.
Yeah. What is going on?
What'd you say?
And that fucking bitch next to me on the plane that pulled her mask off for literally, you could tell she was like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Pulls her mask away from her face, shoves a mouthful of food, and fucking snaps it back down. All inside of a half of a second. Bro. And I'm like, is this real? How is this a real human being next to me?
She's got the same mindset of being in a gunfight. And it's very pumping herself up to pop over the berm.
And it's
building up the courage to take her mask off to eat a peanut and put it back.
It's not out of fear of being yelled at by the flight attendants anymore, because you don't have to fucking wear one in an airplane.
Fear of the air.
But look, here's my thing with the masks right now. So we haven't had to wear masks on flights and shit for about a month now?
Yeah.
Roughly?
Yeah. Yep.
Give or take.
Since we're in Wisconsin.
And look, there's no upward tick of people getting sick. There's no upward tick of people dying.
That's propaganda.
More people are getting abortions now.
Right. Duh. We're not fucking turning into zombie apocalypse. So obviously, the mask shit was bullshit from the fucking beginning. So why are you still fucking wearing masks? We'd all be if you the mask wearers were right, then we'd all be dead.
Yep.
Or sick.
Or have antibodies.
They're in awe that we're still alive.
Oh wait! It's the vaccine. It's the vaccine that keeps. Are you vaccinated? Are you vaccinated?
No,
bro. That's a crazy
me neither.
thing.
But it's the vaccine that's taking us. Bye, girls. Y'all have
ladies.
fun. I want to hear you sing "Everyone Was Kung Fu Fighting."
Big Trouble.
Hey, who?
You.
Yeah, bro. But it lets me realize that a massive portion of our population is fear-mongering fucking pussies.
Fucking
and
100%.
I talk about it with my jiu-jitsu students sometimes, because we've created our own little microcosms that we have mistaken for a sample of society. So when I'm when I'm teaching jiu-jitsu at night and I have 30 members of my community sharing the mats with me, I start to feel like, dude, this is what my community is like. This is what the people in my community. This is a sample of the community.
Portion, small sample, bro.
And it's literally the top 1%, because that's the 30 people inside of Lake Stevens that said, hey, it's 7 o'clock at night, I want to be fighting other people. I want to be doing something hard. And then when you step outside of the gym and the academy and you start to integrate yourself with just the regular population, it's fucking shocking. And I haven't told this on the air, but I told you guys, like, I took my daughter to the trampoline park for her 7th birthday.
Yeah.
And bro, our party was like the only one there whose parents weren't morbidly obese, didn't look like sick and fat and weak, and all of their kids were already sick and fat and weak. And these are like 5, 6, 7-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And the whole fucking place was full of morbidly obese motherfuckers that were just drinking big fucking like 2-liter bottles of Fanta.
Yeah.
That orange. It's like fluorescent fucking orange soda.
It should be fucking criminal to do that to your kids.
And they're giving it to all these fat kids. And I'm just thinking, fuck, bro. Like, I'm out of touch with reality. This is the human race.
That's the norm.
That's the norm.
Unfortunately.
It's not the 30 dudes that I roll with every night or hanging out with you
Or
guys.
the kids that
we've
come to your
built
gym and the
circles of
parents.
friends that we start to like associate with what Americans are. And bro, we're out of touch with what Americans are.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And it makes me.
That's why you're an extremist.
yeah, exactly.
And a racist.
Bro,
fucking
but it
racist.
literally makes me go down like this fucking rabbit hole. It's like, what if these New World Order motherfuckers are right?
Yeah, they call useless eaters.
And we do need to get rid of a bunch of
They're just going about it the wrong way.
It's like,
you know?
Because, dude, these motherfuckers are just takers. And they just fucking, they're leeches. And they don't produce. And they're just fucking, I don't know, man.
They're dragging our medical system, going back to like fucking
fat
Mitch's like
tax.
fat tax.
Yeah.
Like they're dragging our medical system. So we've been, me and the kids, the family, we've been watching the Marvel series.
Let's just before I need to start preferencing things because I don't hate fat people.
No.
I don't hate fat people at all. I do not think it is healthy in any sense
not healthy.
to be fat. And,
Doesn't mean you're a bad person.
And I think if people aren't telling you that, they don't really care about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they lie to you.
And you know, I know plenty of people who are nice people, who are good people, and all that, who are fucking fat as fuck, and it's unhealthy. It's super unhealthy, and I'm here to tell you that it's super unhealthy if no one else has told you. And I'm here to encourage you to make better decisions with your health and your diet and your fitness, because your health is everything. Without your health, you have nothing. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care all the toys you have. You can have all the cool shit in the world. If you are fucking sick and unhealthy and in a fucking hospital bed, none of that shit means anything. And that is the biggest fucking like hindrance to our medical like system.
Oh,
you know?
massively.
And in our hospital systems, it's
Heart disease, #1 killer.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man. Like I just don't understand why people, you know, I know it's not. Look, I'm a fat kid at heart. I love ice cream. I love cookies. I love fucking donuts. I love sweets. All that shit. I hate working out. Like,
Bro, I'm right there with you.
Fucking Liver King said that's not called funning out. It's called working out. You know, and I agree with that. You know, like. It sucks, like, but you got to do it, and I like being healthy, and I like not being incarcerated in my own body, you know? But, yeah, so I was thinking, you know, I was just telling these guys that, one, we were just bitching about the government and how fucked up they are and how corrupt they are and how we're spending $40 billion to Ukraine and all this bullshit, and how our government just rapes us on taxes, and then there's no accountability, there's no good uses of taxes either. It's like, you know, we should with tax money be able to afford to have Medicare for all.
That's why I can't have fucking healthcare. I can't afford healthcare.
And a lot of people, dude, a lot of people get fucking injured or something, or they go to the hospital and that's it. Like now they're buried in debt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and that's fucked up. And the reason like all these things are through the roof is because of insurance, and the system jacks up these fucking prices. And
but it's
shit.
because of the unhealthy people burdening the medical system.
Yeah,
that they have to charge all these prices, not us.
Right, but that's what like where we were headed with this was I was saying there should we should have Medicare for all, but because like so many health things are related to obesity. And things that are bogging down our healthcare system, there should be a fat tax, and it's, I believe in freedom. So if you want to be fat and you enjoy it or it doesn't bother you and you don't give a shit about the health risks or whatever, more power to you. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. And if that's how you want to live your life and that makes you happy or whatever, fucking
cool.
Go
but
for
you
it.
Offset
I don't
the
give a
cost
shit.
of it.
But you should not make the rest of us suffer because of your decisions for that. You know what I mean? And there should be a fat tax.
Yeah, but you're we all still have radical.
And that's a radical, crazy idea.
Because 70% of Americans, is it 60 something or 70%
I thought it was
something?
way more than that. I thought it was
no,
like 85% are fat.
No, it was
fat.
over 60%.
Obese.
Over 60% are obese.
And 80% are overweight.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Oh, it's
do you want a secret?
Yeah.
Let's Google.
No, we're not Googling. We're using Seeker.
I want all that stuff.
Yeah, Seeker, dude.
So I ran into
we don't fuck with Google. We use Seeker.
I ran into a sheriff's deputy that was in one of the academies that I taught. That I go to the academies and I'm like, look, all of you guys stand over here, and I separate all the fat people.
I did. Right up bro.
Start over.
He does,
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear
He
that.
doesn't give a fuck, dude.
I just Googled how many people in America are obese, and I didn't get to, so I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't want to hear that.
So like when I go down to teach these new academy cadet classes, right? I go down and I go, you. All right, yeah, you guys all stand over here. And I separate all the fat people. And like, I probably get fired, but
do you want me to tell the speech? Because I heard it.
Yeah.
Say who here?
Right. You were there one of the days.
Who out of you guys found out that you were going to come to the sheriff's academy yesterday? No one raises their hand because everybody knows this
has been months, you know?
Rhetorical question.
Yeah. So they're all, oh fuck, And it's like, okay, so then that means you did have time to get in shape in anticipation for this program. Like looking at you like this fuck, dude.
And I basically was just like, all of you, you're all fat and overweight. And you're unhealthy, and you're incapable of currently doing the job to the standard that's required. I said, look, I'm not saying I hate you, all right? And it doesn't define you as a person. It just means you need to fucking fix it, like starting today. Mm-hmm. I said, anyway, I ran into one of them because a lot of people fucking hate me.
Yeah, you can't say it.
Right? Because guess what? They all get through anyway. I make no difference. I just make them think I'm an asshole. So I ran into one of them the other day, and it was a female who was with someone else, and she fucking hates me. And I was like, hey, so-and-so, how's it going? And I was like, hey, how are you doing? And I was like, hey, don't worry. She fucking thinks I'm an asshole. She hates me. And she's like, I don't think you're... I was like, yeah, you do. It's okay. I've heard you think I'm an asshole. It's okay. I said, let me ask you something. I said, if I came up to you and said... man, you look great. You look in great shape. Like,
you're a liar.
Like, then you think I'm just a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Right? So,
or being sarcastic.
I'm not a liar. I'm not going to lie to you. The fact is, you're overweight. You're out of shape. You're unhealthy. Now, you want to fix it? I will go to the fucking ends of the earth to help you fix it. But if you don't give a fuck, then I'm going to tell it for what it is. You're fucking fat. And she's like,
why is that a bad thing?
Why is that? I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. It's like saying that I've got brown hair. Like, I remember
you told those recruits, you're like, go fucking sell insurance.
Go be a car salesman. It's a good career. Nothing wrong with it.
You can make good money.
Don't be a cop.
You don't need to be a fucking cop. But no, dude.
I just secreted it.
Yeah, what's the numbers?
How many people in America are obese? And it says percent of adults age 20 and over with obesity, 41.9%. 2017 to 2020. Percent of adults age 20 and are with overweight, including obesity, 73.6%.
Whoa, 73, dude.
Yep. That was 2017, 2018 source.
7 out of 10 people.
Yep.
I mean, I believe it, dude. Walk through the airport again.
No, it's shocking. And here's
that's over 7 out of 10 people.
Yeah, and here's the craziest part, dude. Like that police,
so true.
the Instagram channel police post.
Yeah.
There was a fat cop yesterday that couldn't effect an arrest and tried to grab a guy, and the guy got away. And it took 3 more civilians coming to his aid,
and
right?
made you so happy, that post.
And bro, and I said like, oh, shocking, an obese officer couldn't get it done. And then you have all these cops that come to his defense, and they're like, why you gotta be such a fuck, and blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's
like,
part of the problem.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Bro, this is our profession. Not only are you as a police officer having to depend on that person to your left and your right, but more importantly, our fucking community. Like, dude, I'm in Washington, D.C. right now. My family is in Seattle. Yeah. And if something happens to them and Jenny has to call 911, I should have a reasonable expectation that the person that shows up can protect my family. Yeah. Guess what I don't have?
No, 100%.
The expectation that the person that shows up can protect my family. And so, like, we as people, like, I'm not in law enforcement anymore, but you are. I did a decade in it. These fucking idiots on Instagram are like, you don't know what it's like to be in the uniform. And it's like, because they don't know my background, so they don't know I'm a former cop. But regardless if I was in the uniform or not, why are you just blindly defending this guy, saying you don't know what it's like to wear the uniform?
When if they're following you, they should know your fucking background.
No, but this was on the police post, right?
Yeah. So you just commented?
I'm commented on it. Gotcha. And so it's like, you motherfuckers inside of the profession that are giving others a pass
need to hold the profession accountable.
Not take your profession serious. You guys are responsible for making it look like the fucking clown show it's becoming.
100%.
Bro, if you can't do a pull-up, you can't be a fucking cop. Period. If you can't run a sub 8-minute mile, you can't be a fucking cop. Period. Yeah. And these aren't even tough standards. These are standards that we could drink whiskey for the next 6 hours and go fucking do it, dude. Yeah. And I'm not in very good fucking shape for running anymore. But if my mind told me you got to go break an 8-minute mile, I'm going to go break an 8-minute fucking
you
mile.
You maintain a level of fitness. You maintain a lifestyle. And that's kind of what I tell
but my
all the
point
cops,
in saying that is like to set some standards that it's not like I'm trying to get you into fucking special operations, dude. But if you can't run an 8-minute mile, how the fuck are you going to grab my daughter out of a fucking
firehouse
or out of the fucking mall after she's been clipped by an active shooter, and you have to run her through Nordstrom's because the aid car is waiting for you at the other end? Like, that's part of being a fucking cop. Is it every day? No. But this is also
what you sign up for.
You don't get paid. Your salary isn't for most days when you're fucking sitting on your ass watching Netflix and fucking dicking off on YouTube. I'm a police officer. I don't do that. I'm proactive. Yeah, okay. I know tons of fucking cops, guess what? Me included, that spend plenty of time twiddling your fucking thumbs. Yeah. You don't get the 6-figure salary because of what you do day in and day out. You get the 6-figure salary of what you are going to have to be called to do when your community needs you to do it.
For sure.
And that is the active shooter in the mall. And that is the burning building with fucking kids on the 17th floor. It's that kind of shit. That is what your community is paying you to be prepared to handle. And if you're not mentally or physically prepared to handle it, go sell insurance. And it's not us being fucking dicks, dude. Like,
you guys are just dicks.
No, bro. It's like you said. I don't hate fat people. Like,
I'm holding people accountable.
That's accountable.
It, period. I'm holding you accountable.
And here's the other thing. I don't think we talked about this on the air. I think just you and I talked about it privately, but we're like, all you motherfuckers out there that get upset with people that criticize people for being unhealthy, this is what you need to realize. Choose your fucking hard. Yes. Right? And we talked about this because when you're so fucking fat that you can't tie your shoes, That's probably a pretty hard way to live. When going up a flight of stairs to your second story of your house gasses you out, that's probably pretty fucking hard. But you know what else is hard? Eating fucking steak and apples for 50 fucking days or whatever. Right. And
working
fucking
out every
getting
day.
up every day and going for a run. Or doing your fucking sauna at 215 degrees. That shit is hard, right?
It's not called funning out.
Yeah. But the other side of this is being completely incapable and sick and fat and weak. That's hard too.
Oh, yeah.
So like there is not a path that just, look, here it is. Look how easy this path is. Oh, look at Lapin.
Jiu-jitsu.
He's 44 and
Do
he
jiu-jitsu.
has abs. He's probably always been in shape. I bet that guy can eat whatever he wants. Like all that shit is a story people tell themselves.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Because they want their hard to be harder than your hard.
Dude, it's funny when you start living this way, though. Like when you start living like pretty disciplined and, you know, like we have like a cheat meal once in a while, you know, or something like that, or have some booze or something.
Dude, I had
bro,
Haagen-Dazs ice cream bar 3 days ago, and it was
I'm
fucking
not,
glorious.
I'm not
you
as
know?
disciplined as you. I'll have cheat weeks, bro. Where like me and Jenny go on vacation and we're at a fucking all-inclusive resort.
But even a cheat week,
when I get home,
Dude,
I gotta dial it the fuck in.
Even a cheat week when the majority of when your 300 days of your year or whatever are fucking disciplined days where you're making good choices. Like, man, I look at it like a linear scale. It's like fucking super easy. Like, is this, you know, I'm not, you know, every decision. It's like, man, I don't feel like going to the gym, but I should. Okay, boom. I know. And I go to the gym. All right. That was a good decision. I went this way. Good decision. You know, it's like, all right, now what should I eat for dinner? Like, should I have grilled chicken or, you know, vegetables?
Pizza.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then it's like, oh, should I eat that ice cream? Yeah, I'm going to eat that ice cream. It's like, now I went back this way.
Yeah, so you're constantly evaluating yourself.
Every fucking decision. And you know what, like, it's fucking, everybody knows what they should and shouldn't do.
100%.
Like, everyone knows. And you all make those decisions. Some of it is just like subconsciously like made or it's like it's not even up for debate. You know what I mean?
Last night we went to that CVS or Walgreens or whatever the fuck it was, right?
I saw you look at all that candy.
Did you see me look at all that candy?
I was right behind you.
Bro, and I was like, I'm going to get that fucking Milky Way. I'm dying. I'm fucking want a Milky Way. I want that fucking chocolate candy.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? No, I'm not a bitch. And I'm going to fucking choose healthy.
Like, you know what? I'm going to be around Mitch this weekend.
And I need to be more ripped.
And I'm trying to be more shredded than him. So I'm just going to keep it walking. And
Bro,
and you know what? I was right there, right behind him. And I saw him have this internal debate with the candy.
you better too.
And I had the same one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he thinks he's going to be more shredded than me?
Nope.
He thinks he's just going to say no to this candy, and he thinks that I'm going to say yes to it? Nope. I'm not saying yes to it either. Keep it moving, Shreds McGee.
We're holding each other accountable.
I was just going to say.
Holding each other
We just
accountable.
talked about the guns and geese pictures. You know what I mean?
Like, here's the thing. This is how crazy it is, though, is that people see...
That's a struggle, dude.
People see him or they see you. And, bro... I'm a tier below you guys, and I had a guy respond to me on Instagram for calling that cop fat, and it said, just because you're a fucking roided up psycho or something. And I'm like,
he knows you so well. What do you mean?
yeah, it's like, dude, I'm a fucking, because I'm not some fat fucking slob. If you're not a Walmart obese motherfucker, if you have any type of fitness resemblance, you're just a fucking
roided up psycho,
roid raging fucking crazy motherfucker. And it's like,
did you respond to, bro, I will eat your fucking face.
Yeah, and I will steal all of your steroids and shoot them all at once, dude. No, it's like, but that's it. I mean, that's exactly it. Oh, those guys are in their 40s and they look in shape still. It couldn't possibly be
that they work their fucking asses off
because you still take your fucking physique and your training and your diet serious. It couldn't possibly be that. It's like they see, like, you have to be on steroids. And bro, we talked about Liver King. Everybody that looks at Liver King, he has to be on steroids. He has to be on steroids. Okay, maybe he is. If I had to fucking guess, I'm gonna say yes, he is. But you think that that's why he looks like that?
Not even
fuck. The steroids are the smallest percent of why he looks how he looks.
Dude, I'll buy anyone out there fucking their steroids, and if they think that they can look anything like Liver King,
that's what I'm saying,
fucking
bro.
A year, let me know.
I'll say it for me.
It's not gonna happen.
Yes,
dude. He lives a fucking extremely
hard,
dedicated,
disciplined
dude.
life.
Crazy dedication.
But that's why you got to hate on him, because if this guy somehow has figured out something that's working for him, it's impossible. So he has to be cheating. I look like this fat piece of shit because my doctor told me I have a thyroid thing, and my doctor said because I have a bad knee that I shouldn't try running anymore, and I got broken arches in my foot. All this bullshit. That's why you look like Jabba the Hutt, motherfucker.
Doctors too, by the way.
I listened to that podcast he did on the Impulsive podcast, and you know, I have such a fucking annoyance with people that say like their way is the only way. And you know, you would think like that he is like that type because that's what he promotes, but that's the way he's promoting his shit, and he's, you know, that's his lifestyle, that's his way, and you know, and that works for him, and that's cool. But like, it was cool on the podcast, he said like, you know, because they asked him like, what about other people that live you know, vegans that or whatever, and he's like, hey, if you're a vegan and you're fucking crushing it, then fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you. You know, and like, that's how I am. You know, that's how I am. If you are on the carnivore diet and it's fucking, you're loving it, fucking right on. If you're, you know, a vegan and you're crushing it, fuck yeah, cool. There's literally so many different things, and I think people are just totally different, you know?
For sure.
And different things work for different people, 100%. And they fucking all swear by it, you know? And it's like religions.
And look,
you know?
your body changes. You
got all these
too.
fucking religions that people swear is the way and is the truth,
Yeah.
and it's their way, and you know, they wholeheartedly will tell you with conviction that it's like they know undoubtedly this is the truth, and you know, and they all feel that way, so much so they're willing to blow themselves up over it. You know what I mean? And it's like, cool. Like if that helps you live your life, fucking right on, you know?
Yeah.
But I think people are just different, and there's a different thousand ways to skin a cat.
For sure, everyone's different and different things, and like that's like, look, I'm the first dude. I'm
When it
43.
comes to diets and
for
stuff.
sure, I'm 43. I'm not a spring chicken, and I do take testosterone. Oh my god, he's on steroids. I'm on like
stuff
a
your
regimen.
testicles make?
Yeah, exactly. Not so much anymore at 43 years old, you know? And like, I'm on a legitimate testosterone replacement therapy program, right? That was administered by a doctor through blood work, etc. And it basically just keeps me at a healthy, normal level. But at the same time, I eat super fucking clean. This is like what you guys are watching on fucking YouTube fuck off is the most I've drank in probably 3 months. I eat super fucking clean. I train 2 to 3 times a day. You know, like I fucking grind my ass off to still look like this and have the skill set. And you guys do too. And it's like, this is what you said. Like,
people think that
I'll give anyone the amount of money.
If people think
I'll buy their steroids for them.
that taking testosterone is going to magically make you look like you, they're in for a rude awakening.
And I'll buy your fucking testosterone for you if you can look like me, and I'll give you fucking 6 months.
It's not going to replace hard. It's not going to substitute hard work, and even with a shitty diet, it's hard to outwork your fork.
Yeah,
100%.
And
like
another
diet is the most fucking important for your physique and your health.
Yeah, for sure.
And another thing that I don't think gets enough credit is consistency.
Yes.
Because once you've been like, we've been hitting it hard since we were 18 or whatever. So it's 20 years of non-stop fitness. And like you told me when you were fucking 25, hey, you want to run a marathon today? Okay.
I was at 10 more than 10 years ago. Well, no, 10 to 15 years ago, I was a fucking elite athlete. Like, fucking elite athlete, you know?
Yeah, and so like you trained that hard for that long as a fucking young man and just carried that into your mid 40s.
Yeah.
Like, and I think we're seeing this for the first time, not with our generation, but you got like your Joe Rogans, your Cam Hanes, guys that are in their mid 50s that are still crushing.
Yeah.
And it's like
fucking studs.
Oh, the body can stay a fucking savage.
Cameron Haynes,
A
David
lot.
Hawk,
That's
David
what I'm
Hawk.
saying.
Yeah,
a lot
dude.
longer than we'd thought.
You know, endurance athletes, a lot of the endurance athletes are older.
Mm-hmm.
And that long, what is it, endurance muscle
The
and
slow
long
twitch muscle
slow
and stuff,
twitch,
yeah.
it's developed over a long time, and that's why a lot of ultra marathoners are older.
And that's why jiu-jitsu guys walk like this.
Bro, that fucking Cam Haynes, what does he run? His
Almost
like,
a marathon a day.
yeah, but
Bro,
it's
he's
it
a
like
fucking
a
savage.
He's
mid
fast.
6 or
He's
low
fast.
6 pace.
He's not running. He's not jogging.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He's like
running.
sprinting.
Man,
yeah.
bro, for anybody that has ever
It might be a
fucking-
jog to him, but he's.
Is he tall?
If I was running next to him, I'd be running as fast as I could.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Is he tall? He's tall, huh?
No,
No.
he's shorter.
I think
He's
he's
shorter,
like
like
Joe Rogan's height,
5'9",
5'8",
Oh, really?
something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But bro, like for anyone that's ever been like
He's a fucking
like in
beast.
the military, for example, like I was not. It's funny because in the Ranger Regiment, I was not a fast guy. But when I would go to like PLDC or like airborne school,
You were the fastest.
Yeah, and it's like on a good PT test, I would run like high 12s. Okay, high 12s for a 2 miler. In
That's
the
fast.
regiment?
That's
no,
that's
fuck.
fast.
No, it's not,
For a
dude.
normal
12 minutes
person,
for
for a
2
normal
miles?
person, that's
High
fast.
12s, like 1240s, 1250s.
That's
Bro,
fast.
bro,
620 mile.
That's-
you know.
yeah, that's what I'm
fast.
saying. I
That's
had
fast.
No,
That's pretty
bro.
quick. I mean,
That's
that's pretty
fast.
quick.
I had guys in my
Maybe not
squad
in Ranger
in the
Ranger
tens,
regiment.
dude.
Well, yeah, not in Ranger
For 2
regiment per
miles?
se.
Yes, in the
Yeah, yeah,
tens,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Dudes that would run sub 6 minute miles back to back.
But as a general rule, that's fast.
But that wasn't uncommon in the
not in
regiment.
Ranger.
Hey,
Right,
hold
no,
on.
for
What,
sure.
what was their swim times like?
We don't know. We don't know, dude. Hey,
Rhetorical question.
our swim requirement in the regiment is jump in a pool with a gear and don and ditch this gear and swim back to the
Don't
surface.
drown.
All right, you made it.
Don't
You're good.
drown.
No, but I mean, like, that is a 6, and this is when I was young and fit and strong, dude. Like, a mid 6 minute mile was like me getting after it. Cam Haynes is in his 50s and holds that for a marathon or more. It's insane, dude.
He runs. I think he does like. He'll do like 10 miles, 6 miles, and then like another 10.
And if you've ran like with other dudes enough and formation runs or like just live that life, when you look at someone's stride, you know what that pace
Immediately,
is. You
you're like,
immediately know.
fuck.
And so, like,
He's also running up that
that
fucking
Oregon mountain and
Yeah.
jumping on that fucking stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So it's not just flat running, but you see him when he'll do like his selfie videos or whatever. But when someone's alongside him, and filming him, you really see his stride. That motherfucker's putting out.
Bro, when he wrote me after the video, that was kind of like
this is cool.
He wears massive shorts
yeah,
a lot.
dude. Fuck yeah.
But they're my
Yeah.
old. I sent him a pair of shorts a long time ago, and he wears them all the time. But they're the old logo, the old massive logo.
You got your Batman challenge. I might have to get in the pool and to give Mitch some challenges in the water.
With breath holds.
Yeah, or swimming in breath holds.
Dude, I did a 75-meter underwater swim.
So I was just gonna
When?
how long ago?
I have it on film.
No. I'm not
No,
saying
like, how long ago?
Is that something you currently do, or is that like when you were a SEAL or whatever?
I was active duty, but
Got it.
But that's not something that's normal, like in the SEAL teams.
No, for sure. Like
That was
Would a
me
50
just
meter
pushing
swim
myself
is a
on-
50 meter underwater normal?
crossover. Yeah, you got to do a 50 meter
normal.
crossover.
Okay.
A 75 meters.
Yeah,
that's
Because I
pushing it.
did the
That's a
50
big
meter
time.
crossover.
Yeah.
Because when I was deployed with a bunch of SEALs, we'd always go to the pool and do work.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I used to do 50
I got
meter
really good at breath
underwater.
holds too. I had a 337 breath hold.
Yeah.
And I thought that was
Well,
pretty
I told you
That is good.
down at Liberty Pool. I'd make sure I beat every SEAL on my team with the underwater crossovers, and we'd go in the Liberty Pool in the back. Right, there was a 50 meter long course.
Bro, I remember that. That's where
Yeah.
that's where I'm talking
I know.
about. Same
and
pool.
we'd fucking hit the 50 meter wall, boom, and fucking flip turn off the 50 meter wall and go back halfway at least, And I'd make sure I wanted to go next. I always wanted to go last because I wanted all right, where's the last? Because I had a bunch of force
Dude,
recon and
is
team
Greg
guys on my
trying to
team.
get in on these challenges?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. I want to get on the challenges, dude. I'm not hanging by my feet, bro. I'm just
I
telling
think
you that
my
right
feet
now.
are fucked up from that.
Well, you see me limping around, so
I've got nerve damage in my left
hanging
foot.
from
maybe
my
my
feet.
feet are fucked up too.
But I used to be able to hold my breath for 4.5 minutes.
That's savage.
That's a long time.
That's
Yeah.
savage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And bro, like breath holds are, I mean, a lot of people think that it's like you're needing oxygen. It's purging the CO2.
It's your
that
body
makes
getting
you
your,
start to
what's
go,
getting your
like,
body used to the CO2. Yeah. It's building up the tolerance, basically.
And like you do some of that Wim Hof stuff, and it works exceptionally well to increase your fucking breath hold times.
For sure.
Wim Hof's a savage.
Fuck yeah, he's
Dude,
a savage.
there's
dude.
a couple people out there that are just fucking next level savages.
Well,
Wim
dude-
Hof's one of them. Dude, I would honestly consider. I think I would consider Liver King kind of one of them. He's next level savage. Cam Hanes for sure. David Goggins for sure. I don't know. Just off the top of my head, those are some.
Did you know Chad Wright? Did you know that guy?
I don't think so.
He's a team guy that's also an endurance athlete now.
Okay.
And I watched him do a race on Instagram Live where it's just a 1 mile repeat. Mm-hmm. And everybody there, I think, and I might be fucking this up. So if I fuck this up, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But they had a certain amount of time to run 1 mile, but it was over terrain in the woods and shit. It wasn't like on a track.
Okay.
And I think they had like 20 minutes to run 1 mile, right? But it was a lot of elevation gain and loss. So people, if you start adding elevation to a mile, that changes the whole fucking
for
thing.
sure.
Oh yeah.
And so
I did the rim to rim to rim challenge straight. No, it took 20 hours, and that was...
Oh, let's tell that story next, because
Yeah.
you told me that story. I like that. But this dude, you run a lap, and then if you get in before the 20 minute is up, you can rest for the remaining 4 or whatever it is.
What is it, like every 20 minutes on the 20 minutes or something?
Yep. And then they blow the horn, and you go again. And
Okay.
you go again.
And it's just
And
however
go
many you can do?
And the last person standing wins. And these motherfuckers do like 150 laps.
Wow.
And it goes on for 2 days. So it's not...
And it's just 20 minutes every time?
Yeah, every fucking time. So you're running...
Okay, so let's say you
There's
get it
no
in 10 minutes the first time, then you get 10 minutes to rest.
Exactly, right?
Okay.
But on mile 100...
So what's the average for the first mile?
Well, this is it. This is where strategy comes into
Yeah.
play. Because do I want to get a longer rest, or do I want to exert my body less?
And I would say in the
during
beginning, you don't need the
exercise?
longer rest.
You know?
just want to exert less, I would assume.
And that's what was fascinating to watch it. And this Chad Wright guy, former team guy, he won it last year. I think he's won it the last 2 years. And he's this like wild looking.
How many did he do?
Over 100.
Wow.
I don't remember exactly though.
That's crazy. That's impressive.
And it's like, fuck, man. There again, it's just next level mental toughness.
Bro.
And bro, like if that kind of shit doesn't inspire people, like what fucking will?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, it will inspire the people, who have good mindsets, and the fucking bitches out there who are just jealous as fuck
Gonna hate on it.
and know that like they hear that the same shit that we all just heard. It's not in a different language,
Yeah.
and it hits something in them, and like in me, and you and like
fired
these
up.
people, we're like, wow, like that's fucking badass.
Yeah.
And like that just shows you like what we're capable of if we push ourselves.
Makes me
and,
feel like a bitch.
Yeah, it makes me feel like, damn, I'm not doing enough. You know what I mean? Or like that's pretty cool. Or like maybe I'll try that and see how far I can get. Like not saying I'm anywhere near that, but like maybe I can do fucking, maybe I could do 30.
I need to push a little
whatever.
harder. I
That'd
need
be
to start
cool
running
try
again or
something.
whatever. Yeah.
And then other people are like they hear that, and it shows, it exposes their bitch in them, and they're like, fuck, I don't like that. Fuck that guy. Hate on him. That's
for
stupid.
sure.
Why would he do
100%.
that? Blah blah blah. It's fucking dumb. Why would you do that? Da, da, da. And they're just doing that to coddle their inner bitch.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
So, bro, look at this. To win this race, he had to run 121.1 miles. 122.1 miles.
Greg, you fucking...
So one more mile than the last man standing, right? Before that, the third place was 92 miles.
So they were battling.
So these two
They were
battled
battling.
for over a marathon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, they're like... I see shit like that.
Hey, and Chad just did one more than Luke. That's what I try to do to Greg in all of our challenges.
Yeah. But bro, can you imagine? Dude, the last lap, you won. Hey, he fell out.
Yeah.
I'm on the last
Fucking
one.
pussy.
Unstoppable at that
Fucking
point.
pussy.
You know?
And I'm over here. I'm that guy on the couch right now, holding the beer, like fucking pussy. 'Cause I'm like, damn. I'm inside. I'm like, Chad, you should have done one more, just to like really put the nail in the coffin.
Dude, but like 38th place did 27 and a half laps. That fucking
That's
person
still hard.
is a savage.
Yeah, ran over a marathon.
How many people were in it?
Fuck, I don't know. It stopped at this thing has stopped at 38th place. So maybe only 38. I don't know.
Maybe it's 38. That's
But
pretty
it's
cool.
like,
That's badass. Shout out to Chad Wright.
Yeah, dude.
Savage. Certified.
he's I'm gonna try and get him on the podcast because we talk a little bit on Instagram, and then I found out. I don't know if you guys heard the episode I did.
Tell him if he needs some violent
Smashing Greens.
hippie menthol CBD roll on for those calves. I'm sure.
Dude, he's a good fit for the Violent Hippie brand.
Violent hippie or fucking. Actually,
He has a beard down to here.
I think
He looks like it was like when Forrest Gump was going on his fucking
run.
like cross country run.
Dude,
started
you know
running.
what?
That's what Chad Wright looks like, dude. He's just a wild looking motherfucker.
I'm almost positive I've heard of him, and we might have even talked a long time ago, or someone talking about. I think it might be him, same guy.
Yeah, he did.
It was a SEAL talking about endurance runs and stuff like that.
He did a
gonna look him up.
fundraiser for when first responders were getting fired.
Yeah.
And then like gave them a bunch of money for the holiday season. I was
That's
like,
cool.
This dude's cool,
Yeah.
But when I had Grant Woldridge on, that's the guy that built my boat.
Yeah, your boat.
Is this him, Chad Wright,
Navy SEAL. I
former
mean,
Navy SEAL? Yep. Yeah, I'm almost positive I've talked to this guy back on my old accounts before they were deleted.
like I didn't know that Grant did ultra marathon runs, and him, Chad, know each other. So I was like,
right on.
all right, we got to make something happen, dude.
I don't run anymore.
Oh yeah, definitely talked to this
I
guy.
would like to run,
Running promotes cowardism.
bro. It also like
Chad, if you want a sponsorship with Violent Hippie CBD and massive supplements, it's yours. Just say the word.
Hit him up.
You're a badass.
fuck yeah, he is. What did you just say? I already forgot.
I said running promotes cowardism.
Bro, like, there's a big part of me that gets frustrated because I mean I read David Goggins' book Can't Hurt Me, and I'm just like,
I bought it for my friend that I trained with. He was saying this dude I trained Muay Thai with and everything, and he actually lost like tons of weight on the smashing greens. He lost like 90 pounds on the smashing greens. MassiveSupplements.com. And he's fighting Muay Thai now and shit.
Nice.
He's a tough dude and he's a badass. But whatever, he was saying like he's a big fan of David Goggins, so I bought him David Goggins' book. And he said, thought it was awesome or whatever. And I invite him over to train or whatever. And he's always like, they don't know us, son. They don't know us, son.
And obviously, I'm fucking joking. I used to run a shit ton.
Shout
I
out,
don't
Jeremy.
because of my back anymore, and I fucking hate running.
bro, I look at
it's-
like I asked myself like I read David Goggins. He's like, fucking, you start hurting on run, you keep fucking running.
Fuck yeah, of course you
and,
keep running. dude.
and you fucking your knee starts to hurt. You fucking keep running, And I was like, so I signed up for a 50 miler. I was running every day. This was in like 2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
And I was just running 3 miles a day, every day, no matter what. That was like,
That was the base run, yeah.
I was like, fuck, my knee hurts, man.
Okay.
And I was like, can't hurt me. Don't be a pussy. All that stuff, right? Just kept running. And then it got to the point where I was hobbling, but I was like, I'm not going to stop because I said I'm going to do it until I get this 50 miler. Hobbling, and then it got to the point where I could barely walk. I went to the doctor and he's like, you have no fucking cartilage in your knee. You can't run anymore.
Can't hurt me. You can't hurt me.
No, but bro, then it makes me be like,
You're a fucking pussy.
Fuck
am I
David
being
Goggins.
I'm being a fucking pussy? No.
Yeah, no.
It's like I'm being a pussy.
Yeah, you are being a pussy.
Like, fuck you, dude.
Cartilage
Yeah.
in your knee, fucking
Yeah.
pussy.
I bet those guys don't have
You
any
think
cartilage.
David Goggins
That's what
has
I'm saying.
fucking cartilage,
I bet-
dude?
I
You
was
think
just gonna
fucking
say,
Cameron
look,
Haynes has cartilage?
I bet they got nothing. It's
They
probably
ran
bone
out
on
of
bone,
they
dude.
ran out of cartilage 10 fucking years ago. You fucking
Yeah.
pussy.
I disagree because everyone's built differently. Take David Goggins or Cam Haynes and put him in the gym 3 times a day with me for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the gym.
How beat down will they
I'm
feel?
in the gym 3 times a day.
No,
In the Jiu-Jitsu Academy 3 times a day.
They are uncommon amongst uncommon
that's
people.
that's
they
the
will
thing.
fucking crush anything you put
and
in
they're
front of
built
them.
differently, you know, like
But
people
then-
are built
I'll
differently.
bet
plain
on
and
them
simple.
every fucking time, dude.
But then somebody told me the other day, they're like, because I forget who it might have been fucking you. I was talking to someone about it, and they're like, yeah, but you could beat him in a fight. And it's like,
for sure.
it doesn't matter. That the savagery is on such a different level.
Yeah,
that
it kind of does matter though when you're face to face. Because like,
I mean,
yeah, you can run a lot, but I can fucking kill you right now.
I do agree.
With my
I
bare
do.
hands.
It's like that's the ultimate fucking like primal shit. You know what I mean? It's like hand to hand combat in the vessel that you were brought into this universe versus the vessel that I was brought into this universe.
It's crazy.
There's no
Think about.
tools. There's no nothing. It's mano y mano. Let's fucking go.
let's get down.
And I can take your fucking soul.
Yeah.
And going
Isn't
back
that
to my
nuts?
original statement, running promotes cowardism. Because if you were standing, if you're sitting across the table from either one of them,
But
they better be able to fucking run.
I used to say.
But if you guys are both on that same level of knowledge with jiu-jitsu or fighting or whatever,
For sure, you better have endurance.
fatigue makes cowards of us all.
100%, dude. 100%.
I always tell my
Though
students.
you
that-
think those guys are going to get tired?
Yeah, fuck no, dude.
No. Although jiu-jitsu is a different
it's a different fitness, bro.
because it also
Everything's a
involves your
different fitness, for sure,
adrenaline
for
and all
sure.
that stuff
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And you know, you can get into like a runner's high and this and that and like, you know,
It's different though.
that kind of shit. But like with jiu-jitsu or MMA or anything like that, your adrenaline's rushing. You're using every fucking
It's
muscle
affecting
in
your
body.
breathing,
Yeah,
your
you're
fucking
breathing, all that
airway,
shit.
everything, bro.
and
Like,
it's like
you're getting suffocated.
high intensity.
Oh, Wim Hof
It's like
is for sure
It's
on
like
another
hit
level.
training.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like in fighting, you go as hard as you can, then it might slow down for a second. Then hard as you can, then it might slow down for a second.
And it's a ton. It's just if not more a mental toughness like exercise and push and all that shit and
Especially when you start losing.
Dude, I've been doing in my gym. We're doing a comp class now. 1 minute sprint rounds from position with 5 seconds rest
Yeah,
for 6 rounds.
That's gnarly, dude.
1 minute sprint rounds. You're in any sort of open guard or whatever position.
take away the
and
5 minutes
you're done.
rest, dude.
Dude, 5 seconds. 5
Yeah,
seconds.
take
rest.
away the 5 seconds rest.
1 minute sprint, 5 seconds rest for 6 rounds. And it's fucking insane. Hey, Wim Hof. So, next Guns and Geese 006. Do you want ice baths on Saturday at the Academy?
I'm in.
All right, done. It'll be done. Dave,
I'm in.
When you listen to this podcast, ice baths are a go Saturday.
Yeah.
All right.
You did ice bath when you came to Massa, didn't you?
I remember I was like, dude, I'm only going to do 5. And you said, don't be a pussy. We're doing 10. And I was like,
okay, so-
all right, we're doing fucking 10.
So I just actually
Nerve damage, whatever.
So
I got nerve damage at 24, I think.
So I was just talking to Dan Bilzerian about it because he has like a polar plunge at his house and you know and that thing's fucking legit as fuck. I've got in it and it's fucking cold and I think it's at like 30 something degrees, like high 30s. It's
Okay.
serious.
Yeah.
Low 40s, high 30s, something like that, and it's got jets.
Oh, so now you get fucking
the jets and the you know the
Yeah, it's wind
like
chill.
fucking
water,
needles.
yeah.
You know, it's the same as wind chill.
Yeah.
Well, dude, when you're in an ice bath and you move, that
Yeah.
shit sucks. The
no,
motion,
dude.
the motion
It's like
makes
needles
it bad.
hitting you.
But you know how literally when you're standing in the air and there's wind,
Yeah.
there's
It's colder.
it is factored in as literally being colder. It's how
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
So if you
So
do
he does that
cold
for
water,
2 minutes. He
Okay.
does 2 minutes, and you know, and he was saying he does 2 minutes, and he tries to do it like multiple times a day, and I was like, yeah, I just stay in there for the 10 minutes for mental toughness, and he's like, yeah, you definitely still get the mental toughness part of it with the 2 minutes, and I was like, yeah, I think you're right. You know, because the hardest part of
The
it
first
is-
fucking 20
is the
seconds or whatever. Yeah.
First minute, really. The first minute sucks.
yeah, and then you're
The
in
first
zone.
20 seconds is like controlling your breath. Like,
yeah.
you know, it takes your breath away type shit. But the first 2 minutes is just fucking sucks. And then after that, like 5 minutes, you're like pretty numb. And then like, it's just 10 minutes of just, that's just an extra mental toughness push. But
Bro, I think it gets
but
easier.
he was saying you get the, you know, the actual benefits of the ice bath in the 2 minutes.
Like the physiological benefits.
So I told the crew at Massive, I was like, all right, guys, you guys can start doing ice baths for 2 minutes and I'm not going to yell at you.
Yeah.
Because before, if it was like you got out after or before 10 minutes, it's like,
You fucking pussy. You're fired.
And
we've only had one person do that.
Bro, I also found myself like less likely to do them if I knew it had to be a 15-minute ordeal. So
That's what I'm saying. 2 minutes, you might be.
No, so I started telling myself, like, when I'm trying to do them every day, I actually don't set a time limit.
I'm just going to get in.
I said, you need to be underneath ice water at least once a day, period.
Yeah.
That's the expectation I set. And then how long I do, bro, like sometimes you'll do long, tough sessions, and then other times, dude, I don't have time or I'm busy, but I'm just going to get that dunk because that is what I expect from myself.
Again, it's mental, man. Like, you know, we did
knowing that you have to do it is a fucking just ruins your day, you know. but then we still do it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the
Discipline,
fucking
bro.
difference, man.
Discipline.
That's the difference between the fucking fat person out there that never fucking gives into that, you know, or that there's follows through with that, like uncomfortableness or you know, shit that you don't want to do but you know you should do. And every time you fucking do something like that you don't want to do but you know you should, afterwards
you
always
better.
fucking feel better,
Bro.
You never feel like better after eating like shit or skipping a workout. You don't feel better.
Nope, 100%,
you know?
dude.
But every time you feel better after you do what you're supposed to do. After you eat a fucking clean meal instead of or walk past the candy.
Yeah.
Bro,
you know,
if I
you
ate
feel
that
good
candy
about
bar
that.
last night, I'd feel like shit today. My joints, my wrist is already bothering me. I'd feel like shit, bro.
But dude, I think about this because, and I don't know if I'm the same as everybody else or if I'm wired like more pussy than most people.
Probably.
But like, bro, I'm
He's
telling
wearing
you,
a poofy jacket, bro.
I do not.
I wouldn't mind one.
almost
chilly, I'm not gonna
almost every single day,
It's chilly.
an excuse to not do my training comes into my head.
No, for sure. It's human nature, bro.
Hey, you know what? I should probably take today off because my ankle hurts.
It's human nature.
And it's
it's not it's not just like bitch talking or whatever.
No.
You're legit like trying to justify it.
And I've been working out consistently now for 25 years, like hardly any time off. And every single day to this day, it's like, oh, well, you worked really hard yesterday and that big new dude kind of tweaked your neck. You should just take it easy today.
Human nature, dude.
And it's like,
I don't feel any different.
but I wonder sometimes, dude, if we didn't build this pattern over 20 years and someone is brand new and they let themselves get up to 300 pounds, like how much stronger is that voice? You don't have to do this today. Just eat the pizza today.
Way stronger.
You know?
Fuck yeah, dude. It's habits.
It's fucking
habits.
nuts.
It's consistency. It's discipline.
As people that have figured out the formula to staying in shape, that's still a battle for us.
Well, I said it to someone the other day, and they're like, "Man, how do you find the motivation to like go train and work out every day?" I said, "I don't." I said, "Motivation is bullshit. I don't. I'm not motivated most days." I said, "But every morning I wake up, I brush my teeth, right? I eat breakfast, I work out, I train. It's not I'm motivated to work out today. It's I'm gonna brush my teeth today." I'm going to work out today. I'm going to train today. Like one way or another, just like I'm going to eat a meal, I'm going to train.
Yeah.
You know, and it may be a hard training session. It may be a medium training session. It may be an easy training session, but I'm going to fucking move. I'm going to move around and do something, lift weights, you know?
And I think that's where setting some patterns makes success exponentially easier.
100%. Absolutely.
You know? And, like when I went to Sean Baker's house the other day, I did his podcast and then we ate steaks and I was talking to him off air and I was like,
Sean Baker.
dude, the older I get, the harder it is for me to start my day. And so I get out of bed and bro, I'm Frankenstein for 20 minutes.
Bro, I'm a fucking Cro-Magnon man, dude, when I get up. My fucking Casey laughs
dude,
at me.
the first duty of my
wife
day
laughs at me.
is my wife gets the girls ready, like with her clothes and does their hair and all that bullshit upstairs. I go downstairs and make
roll.
lunches.
Oh,
make lunches.
Yeah.
And bro, going down those stairs for the first time, there's a lot of mornings I walk down them backwards. I do all this weird shit. I'm like holding on to the railings and shit. So I asked Sean, I said, what do you do to like get your body going in the morning? Because he's 55 and he still gets down. He goes, the first thing I do every morning, he goes, is wake up, get out of bed, sit on the assault bike, and I do 3 rounds where it's 10 seconds as hard as I can go, and then he rests for a minute. 10 seconds as hard as I can go, and then he rests for a minute, and he does one more. So that's
3.5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's also, but only 30 seconds of work. It's not much work.
No, for sure.
But he's like, it gets now my body's going. And I was like, all right, I might try that, dude. Because I'm having a hard time. It's harder and harder to get the body going in the morning.
So on that note,
The assault bike is a motherfucker, bro.
I just got one, bro. Holy dude, fuck balls.
Evil.
For my fight training, like, I focus on cardio. Like, because
yeah, for sure. You got to get through rounds.
Dude, I'm like, I don't care. I know how to fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to get exponentially better in 6 weeks or
you're working
whatever.
on your conditioning for rounds.
Yeah, I'm only focused on
fitness,
my endurance, and like I want to be able to sprint like at 100% red line RPMs for as long from the start of the fight to the finish.
Bro, you're such a wild motherfucker, dude.
That's it. And I'm going to force my opponent to fight at that pace.
At that pace, yeah.
And that's it. There is no negotiation.
And that's terrifying.
We're gonna go there. And that's what I'm not that's it. For 6 weeks I'm just focusing on that.
Well, that's what a camp's for.
And
that's really what
you
a
just
camp's
light
for.
your lungs up with the assault
Dude,
bike.
it's the assault bike so many times. This is just, and it's like, okay, if the fight's 15 minutes, that means I have to do a minimum of 20 minutes on the assault bike, like of sprint work.
Yeah, go.
Equivalent.
So, bro, have I told you about Cain Velasquez's assault bike workout?
No.
So when he was
Free Cain, by the way.
free that
Cain.
motherfucker.
Kane, come see me when you get out, and I'll give you some free firearms training.
Yeah, that next time we won't
Like,
miss.
no bullshit.
Yeah, you won't miss next time.
He hit his dad. Yeah, he hit the dad of a pedophile, picking him up from
The dad
from
was
custody.
fucking complicit in it.
Fuck you too. So when I was under Buchecha, he went up and was training with Kane in DC and doing some stuff with the guys up at AKA, because AKA's jiu-jitsu program is under Checkmat.
Okay.
It's Leandro Vieira, who's a fucking cool motherfucker. And
Leandro's a good dude.
AK is full of savages.
And so Marcus went up there and he came back and he's like, bro, Kane could be Nogi world champion if he wants. But he says, we're all telling him, dude, go do Nogi worlds. You'll be a jiu-jitsu world champion. He's like, nah, I don't want to do that. He wasn't interested. And he goes, dude, one of his workouts that he does, 30 minutes, no rest. And now Mitch is going to be like, fuck, now I have to do this. It's 1 minute max effort on the assault bike, followed by 1 minute of a fighting related exercise. And he said it would be like pick up a heavy bag and fucking like
just
belly down,
1-2 sprawls, or like whatever it is, knee on belly on the heavy bag, 1-2, switch knee on belly on the other side, 1-2, like a fighting related movement. Next minute, back on the assault bike, fighting related movement, assault bike, back and forth, no rest, 30 minutes. So that's 15 rounds on the assault bike and 15 rounds of fighting related movements, 0 rest. And bro, like if you said that about most people, I'd be like, yeah, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Until you watch Kane fight.
Yeah. And he can push that pace.
He'd turn the dial up to 10 and set that pace and just go for it, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's fucking rad, dude.
Yeah, that's no joke, dude. But like what I was saying, like when I was in fight camp for my last fight, like I again did that, and I did sprint work in the pool and all that shit, and I would not let myself go to sleep until I did my fucking monstrous cardio, just fuck my lungs up, and I was like, from the moment I woke up, I was dreading it. So sometimes I would just get it done right away. And then I could relax for the rest of the day.
Got it out of the way.
But I have to get it done, And it was like, and sometimes I'm a procrastinator, and I know it sucks. It's not fucking fun to get on that assault bike.
Of course not. No, fuck.
It is not fucking fun to get in there and just beat your goddamn lungs up and push yourself at that sprinting pace, and I would fucking dread it. And the same thing with the ice baths. Like, goddamn, I know this shit is gonna suck.
Yeah,
fucking god damn it.
Motivation's bullshit. You just gotta go do it.
Sometimes you just gotta fucking do it. And like, dude, and like everything with the ice bath, when I'm just like, I don't even want, just fucking quit thinking about it. Just goddamn do it. Go.
Yeah.
And I just get in, oh, fuck, go hard, God. And then afterwards,
you're good.
So much relief, like, but that's the level of accountability I'm holding myself to. Like, I will not let myself relax unless I fucking do it. And then it's like, I'll talk shit to myself. Like, it's like, you fucking skipped today. You skipped today, you motherfucker. You're just going to skip. And then in the fight, when you start getting tired and you're going to think back to this day and wish you would have fucking just did it, dude, no.
So then you have to go get
after it. You just got to go do it. And then you can relax after.
What is your assault bike workout? Do you have a specific one that you do, or is it?
I usually do the 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, just rest.
Oh, man.
And it's 8 rounds on the thing. There's like a preset thing. And I'll do that whole thing, like at least 3 times in a row.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So is that the... I can't remember. That's the Tabata red?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 Tabatas back to back, basically.
3 8-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
And I would take like 45 seconds off in between. So it was like a round.
Oh, that's not really much time to recover.
No, but it's like in between a round.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fucking gnarly.
So it's like that's the fight. That's the round.
Uh-huh.
And then you got to do that for, if the fight's 3 rounds, then you got to do three of those.
And on championship fights, you do 5?
And that's just like, yeah. And that's just what it is. And then whatever else your workout is that day or whatever, you know what I mean? And then swimming. Swimming was also mandatory.
Uh-huh. What was your swimming routine?
I had to do I did 1,000 meter, 500, and then I would do sprints.
Okay.
Like 50 meter sprints. And like do 5 or 10 of those or whatever it was at the time. And then just on top that, those were like mandatory things on top of my workout.
And you don't do a lot of sparring anymore?
No, I do.
You do a lot of sparring?
No, I just started sparring again. And when I spar, like those are the things I do in fight camp. I spar and
work your cardio.
I work my cardio.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Sparring is working your cardio too.
Yeah, dude, of course.
And that's all I do. And I will spar up until the night before the fight. Hard rounds.
Yeah. Bro,
hard rounds while cutting weight.
Who do you find to do those hard rounds with? Because, bro, I don't want to do fucking hard MMA rounds with
partners.
I have to hire them.
Don't call me, bro.
No, dude.
Don't call
hire
me.
Savages.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Don't call me.
Dude, Selden Wright was my main sparring partner for my last camp, and he's a savage. He's a cop in Portsmouth now too.
Uh-huh.
And but he was a NCAA wrestler, ODU team captain, fucking wrestling stud, and just he's a fucking phenomenal athlete, super athlete for sure, and fights at 170 as well. And yeah, man, that was, I literally hired him to just be my training partner.
Are you gonna fight at 170 ever again?
Probably not.
Okay.
No, probably just 185, but I'll fight 170 guys at 185.
You're 205 right now?
Yeah.
Let's walk around.
I'll just, hey, look, do you want to fucking, no one likes cutting weight to 170 just to fucking rehydrate back up to 185.
Let's just fight right now at 185.
In my case, 205.
Yeah.
So if you really want to do that, we can do that, and you're going to deal with me at 205 or whatever, and it's like, or we could just fight at 185.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to cut weight to 185. I'm going to diet down to 185.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
that's like a real walking around weight at that point.
More, close, definitely closer than
it'd be closer. Yeah,
then definitely closer. I would say cutting to 185.
I would walk around at 195, probably 192.
He'll diet down to 190,
and then I'll cut a little bit, but not much at all.
Yeah, you have to cut
185
pounds.
185 is easy for me.
Yeah,
super easy.
Yeah.
That's fucking
170 is that's
lighter
push.
than me, bro.
But it's still just a one. I do it in one day.
Bro, that's lighter than me.
Bro, that's so ridiculous. But I do it in one day.
I do.
Like, you remember that fucking UFC lightweight Gleason Tybau? They say his walking around weight was 200. before his
At
cuts.
lightweight?
At lightweight. Down to 155. And on fight night, he was back to like 195.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
what
fucking
the,
ridiculous,
What the
bro.
fuck?
My
40
last,
pounds?
My last,
what are we talking about?
Dude, my last fight, I cut too much weight on accident, and I was 168.
Oh, shit,
And
dude.
I was 168, and then the next night in the ring, I was 203.
Yeah. Think about that.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, there you go. I was just saying how ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Mitch did that too.
Yeah.
You know, fucking 40
I
pounds.
look like a different human being.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just
The guy
literally
ran.
just a sponge, just just wrung
Yeah.
out. And I've done it so many times, man. Like I have a fucking down to a science. It's not even that
Bro,
hard.
it gets harder as you get older, though.
Yeah, but this last cut was not that hard. It just sucks. Like it sucks doing it. You know, obviously, but I'm in the fucking sauna doing jumping jacks, like 1,000 jumping jacks. You know, and I go in the sauna. Dude, so my last one, I was like water loading too, and I stopped drinking. Like our weigh-ins were on Thursday for this fight, and so I stopped drinking at noon on Wednesday, and then like I've drank like 2 gallons at that point, and I'm pissing out, just pissing all day every 10 minutes, you know, so I'm pissing out a bunch of weight, but I'm not putting any more water in,
Right, yeah.
and then I went to training that night, and I put fucking
Plastics on.
sweet sweat all over my body, and I'm in sweatpants, you know, fucking those things you wear, the Spanx or whatever.
Plastics or
And no plastics, just like long sleeve rash guards, you know, and pants and a beanie and all that shit. And I'm sparring hard as fuck with a big ass 250-pound dude, and we're going hard rounds, no water. Go home, go to my infrared sauna. I fucking spend like 2 hours in there listening to podcasts or whatever, and then I go to sleep. And in the morning this is now the morning of weigh-ins, but I've been cutting already, and I drank just like 8-ounce smashing greens with pre-workout and BCAAs and all that. Took my multivitamin, so I've got like a ton of nutrients, but it's like in only
Hardly
8 ounces,
no
8 ounces of fluid.
Yeah.
Drink it, and then it's off to the sauna. And then go to the sauna, and I've got a bunch of change of clothes with me, and got my sweet sweat. Put my sweet sweat all on.
That makes you sweat more?
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's what it
does.
is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And get donned all my sweat gear, go in the sauna, fucking intense cardio, jumping jacks, mountain climbers, just for the 20 minutes. And I'm
Is
in
the
there
old
fucking
naked
sweating.
dude sitting on the sauna behind you going,
No,
what the fuck is
I was
this guy
doing that
doing?
at One Life, so it was like, you know, public sauna or whatever. But and like all the other fighters there too doing it, but they're not doing it like I am.
They're not getting down.
No, a lot of them are just chilling in the hot tub. A lot of them are sitting in the sauna, just, you know, cutting weight. But they're also not cutting as much as I am usually.
Yeah.
So it's a different thing, you know. And like I said, I've done this for a long time, so I know what works and what works for me and what I have to do. And so I go in there and I fucking do that for 20 minutes, and I come out and I spend no longer than 5 minutes out of the sauna, because when you start cutting and you start getting, I've made that mistake where you are fucking now dehydrated and you're just fucking hot. So you get out of the sauna and then you're just like, fuck it, man. I just need a break, 30 minutes, whatever, cool down. And then you go back in the sauna for 20 minutes and don't sweat at all.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And you're like, fuck.
So you stop sweating.
Yeah. So because your body's retaining water now, it's not going to let it go. So the key is to not stay out of the sauna for more than 5 minutes. So no matter how fucking hot I am or whatever, I just go back in and I do my fucking cardio again. And like then like after that second time, it's like now it's like 15 minutes, and then I come out and now again start the timer 5 minutes. I'm going back in there, but now I change my clothes because they're all wet. I dry off, re-put on the fucking sweet sweat and dry clothes. Go back in there and hit it again for fucking 10 minutes, you know, cardio 10 minutes. I'm sweating, my heart's racing, you know, I'm pouring sweat. Come out 5 minutes, go back in. And it gets down to like 5 and 5, 5 and 5. And then like I bring a fucking team with me, you know, and I got a bucket of cold water with fucking rags. And I go in the sauna, and when I'm in there, they're just bringing in cold rags and putting them on my head to keep my fucking head, my brain from overheating, you know?
Yeah.
So I wrap the fucking cold rag on my head, but my body's still hot. Yeah. I'm still sweating. So I keep my brain cool, but my head or my body hot, and I'm still fucking doing cardio. Go out, and it only took me 2 hours. And I fucking
dude, that's it.
Yeah.
Look at him smiling, bro.
Dude, I was like pumped. I was like, fuck yeah, man.
I'm sure you were, bro.
And like I said, I accidentally cut to 168.
Yeah, you went 2 pounds past.
Yeah.
And 2 pounds is fucking huge if you're cutting weight.
Bro.
Like
Well, it's like, you know, I'm stepping on the scale, and I'm like in my underwear and shit, but like your underwear are wet, and that's like, you know, hey, you know, you take them out. Oh fuck, I accidentally cut too much.
I don't
You know,
cut weight,
but then, so I was pumped that I cut a little bit too much, because then I was like, okay, cool.
Drink some water.
Now I can drink some water.
Yeah.
So, and man, I'm telling you guys right now, if you've never been fucking extremely dehydrated, you've never wanted water so badly in your life. Like, you don't give a fuck about anything else, and you're like, man, you're like, you know, sitting there just thinking about your life.
The hottest girl in the world,
dude. You're just thinking about your life, and you're just like, all those fucking times I've just like totally taken water for granted. I've been at the table, and there's just been, you know, the waitress fills up waters, and they're
like,
just all sitting there on the table. No one gives a fuck. And I'm just like, I'll never do that again. Every time and like, you have these fucking conversations.
I'll be hydrated for the rest of my life.
What am I thinking? Or why aren't I drinking water all the time? It's so good for you. What the fuck? You know, like your brain is just, it's like, it knows that it needs water, and it needs water now. And it forces all of your thoughts to be loving water. And you've never wanted water so bad
in your life.
So look, right? So I get down. So I'm like, all right, I'm 168. I can have water. So then I get on the scale holding like this, you know, because I'm like,
I can drink this much.
If I drink this much, it doesn't matter. Right. I know what I weigh, you know.
And then it bumps you over.
So then I get I get it, and I'm like to 170 or where it was, 169.8. So I know I'm a little under, you know, just to be safe. And I fucking I drink it, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna drink a little bit to enjoy.
God, that's awesome.
And dude, like, it was almost like my mind is telling me, like, stop drinking.
You're like, no, I can't.
And my body was like, no. and I was just like, okay, like, we're just gonna drink. And because I was like, man, I'm gonna savor this.
You're in conflict with yourself, dude.
Like you do.
It's like Jekyll and Hyde inside,
like crazy, dude. And I just drank it all, and then it was like, you know, I put it down, and then I'm like, oh my God, that was so fucking good.
I want more.
And I'm just like, yeah, like, dude, like a crack addict, you know? But for water. And I'm like, and then it sucked because like I cut it way faster than I thought I would. So I had 2 hours or like 3 hours. It was like 2.5 or 3 hours before weigh-in. So then I was like, oh my God,
that's the worst.
And I'm just like looking at this like a fucking crack fiend, and I'm like, I can't have any more water.
Yeah.
You know? And I've just got to just chill for 3 hours. So I went and took a nap.
Bro,
because I was like, I can't be trusted.
Yeah.
It's crazy that like hunger is just relative to what you're experiencing, and what tastes good and what you crave is all just dependent on what you fucking had. Because like, there's plenty of dudes in Ranger School that will like just pour cocoa powder into peanut butter and mix it up. And then you'll put like a creamer. They'll have like coffee creamers in the MRE and dump one of those in it and just stir it up. And bro, it's like when you're
delicious.
Dude, when you're eating that, you're like, I remember talking to guys like, dude, this is going to be my go-to dessert.
A delicacy
for the rest of my
delicacy
for the rest of my life, dude.
Bro, chipped ham, the chipped ham MRE. Oh my God, it's horrible, but dude, I would eat the fuck out of it.
Dude, like, there's one called bean burrito. We used to call it mummy dick. That's what it looks like. And I remember, dude, and when the MREs are given out, it's like, fucking, dude, what'd you get? What'd you get?
Yeah.
And you're trading shit.
Yeah, bro.
Number 4, maple sausage.
And you always got,
Did
you always got.
Did you get the M&Ms? Did you get the M&Ms?
Yeah, dude. But I got mummy dick one night. And nobody liked mummy dick. And I was like, fuck, dude. And I opened up and I pulled it out and then I passed out at the same time because that's how tired you are.
Yeah.
And I woke up on top of my mummy dick, pushing the mummy dick into the mud and the pine needles. And I like came to.
Did you still eat it?
Of course. But not only still eat it, but it was like a delicacy, you know?
Delicious.
And it's like,
Covered
you
in
couldn't,
ants.
I wouldn't eat a mummy dick for $100 right now. Hey, bro, we got one of those upstairs. Let me go grab the MR. I don't think I'd eat it for $500 just because it's like
It's not worth it.
I have no interest,
Right, yeah.
And I don't need the money. So fuck your mummy dick, dude.
Dude, I remember it's kind of the same thing, kind of not. But when I was in Afghanistan, and we were like eating. We didn't have. We weren't on like a major base or anything like that. The whole time I was there, we didn't have running water, nothing. It was hard fucking living. A lot of MREs, a lot of fucking just
Gnarly
fucking bullshit, dude. Like we get food airdropped in and everything. And I remember it was like month 10 or something like that. And they airdropped in some fucking fruit, some fresh fruit. And it was like the first time we had like fresh fruit.
You're like, oh my God.
Fucking time. Dude, and I remember I got a mango and I fucking opened the mango and like pushed my thumbs in and it felt like a pussy. and I was like, oh my God, I want to fuck this mango.
Bro, you've been deployed too long. When do you want to fuck your food?
Let me just do it. Like seriously, I hadn't had pussy in that long and I was like, oh my God.
Let me just tell you about my first deployment to fucking Iraq.
I didn't fuck the mango, by the way.
You didn't? Damn it.
I didn't. But
My
I
first
thought about
deployment
it.
to Iraq, man, I ate fucking Haagen-Dazs ice cream every meal.
Wow.
That was a mission I had made with a couple of other teammates. Every single meal on this deployment, we're gonna have Haagen-Dazs just because.
Because you thought you were gonna get blown up?
day.
Well, that and the DFAC was fucking awesome. So like every day, like we might get fucking blown up, but the DFAC was rad, and they had Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Fucking Haagen-Dazs, bro,
is my favorite.
on standby.
Yeah.
every fucking meal, dude. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, mid-rats. So like every meal we eat, we're fucking
mid-rats.
mid-rats, bro. What mid-rats, dude? Fucking, we're eating Haagen-Dazs. So I had
a
Haagen-Dazs
buddy
every
on my
single meal
team.
my first deployment to Iraq.
His call sign was Pipe Bomb, and he was a former regiment and SF dude.
No.
And he was like a healthy, fit dude. He was like a like high level, professional level, like whitewater kayaker, doing that crazy shit.
Yeah.
But he's like, dude, in Ramadi, I eat French fries every day.
Fuck yeah,
Because I think we're going to get blown up. And that was his thing, dude. Every day, big pile of French fries. Like, dude, we're getting fucking blown up. So
Bro, literally.
I'm eating French fries.
Me and a couple of teammates had ice cream with every meal. Just for that reason. And I mean, we were fucking training so hard and operational and in kit and stuff. Like, it's not like we were getting fat or anything because we were having to scoop of ice cream with every meal. But
Bro, but that's a real deployment mindset. Is it like, I'm probably getting whacked on this deployment.
So I should probably fuck this mango.
No, and dude, when I look back on that and think about that, like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing either. Like, once you come to terms with, all right, I think this deployment's probably the one that gets me. It's kind of freeing.
it wasn't haunting.
No,
It was
it's
just part
kind of
of
like,
it. It was like
hey, I'm
part
just
of
gonna
it.
do I'm gonna do my thing until that day
Done.
comes.
That's right. Yeah, we're just gonna do our job, Like, honestly, like that's like historically, that's how we were supposed to have lived. Like not knowing if we're gonna come back from the hunt alive. Like that's how we're supposed to have lived. But
Fuck.
now we're fucking bunch of pussies.
But dude, I was like totally. We get sidetracked off these, but go on tangents and shit. But that's what I was going with. Like, we make these decisions day to day or whatever, and even if you have like a cheat week, some we're way off.
Yeah, we went about an hour and a half off of that.
But even if you have a cheat week, that's some people's daily You know, like
Bro, yeah.
Forever.
daily, and we talk about consistency. It goes both ways.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely.
When I think about, like, for me, it kind of gives me anxiety, but at the same time, I try and let my kids not be Liver King's kids, have to eat duck beats.
Well, there's a balance.
No,
but,
like my
dude,
kids, like when they have a birthday party, I'm gonna let them get cake and donuts or whatever it is.
Of course,
right?
dude. Of course.
And so we'll do like a meal with like ice cream over fucking maple glazed donuts, and it's
Sounds
absolutely
delicious.
like
I fucking want it
sex
right
in your
now.
fucking mouth,
I
right?
fucking want it.
But then we think like I think like, dude, there's people that eat this
Every night.
every day, dude.
Yeah.
Well, bro, did I tell you?
You know, that's nuts.
I had to get up early. I had
Just think
SWAT
about
training.
how shitty you feel.
Oh, dude, it's horrible, bro.
Terrible,
Horrible.
dude.
Bro, I got up early. I had SWAT training, so I got up early, and I didn't like have time to make my breakfast at home. So I was like, I'm just gonna run a Chick-fil-A. They have a chicken burrito, the breakfast burrito. They have a chicken and egg breakfast burrito. I'm gonna get that. I'll get a black coffee, a bottle of water. So I get in line in the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A, and there's a woman in front of me in her fucking super expensive fucking Denali GMC Suburban, whatever. I can see from the rearview mirror she's fucking fat, and she orders like a bunch of fucking meals and then Cokes at 7 in the fucking
Yeah,
morning,
bro.
And I'm like, no wonder you're fucking fat and disgusting,
100
bro.
grams of sugar.
I'm like,
At
you know what?
7 a.m.
Come on, get a fucking bottle of water. If you don't like black coffee, then drink a fucking bottle of water. You don't need to drink fucking Coca-Cola at 7 in the fucking morning.
Dude, a lot of people hate water.
Bro,
It's because they haven't been through Mitch's fucking
God, it's fucking disgusting.
the Mitch challenge.
All I drink is fucking water.
30 grams of sugar in this. or
Oh, it's
28 grams.
ridiculous,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
It's ridiculous.
And like, but dude, even if you hate water, there's plenty of options now. Those fucking little Mio drops or whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know if those are good for you.
Yeah.
But you can take regular water and actually make it taste.
I know, like
fucking
Celsius, dude,
delicious.
Celsius makes a zero
that's
sugar.
Like, I swear to you, man. Like that's like one of the things. The 10-day smash and greens fast. It's not for fucking weight loss. Like that's just a byproduct.
Right.
And like everyone thinks it's like, oh, that's not healthy to lose weight that way. Da, da, da. Like whatever. Dude, first of all, it's not healthy to be fucking obese. So if people are losing weight doing this, cool, whatever. Like, and I keep telling people it's like, it's not supposed to be like, this is the way you eat now or not eat. Like, this is a challenge, and it's a mental toughness and a discipline challenge, and it's supposed to fucking like wake you up and like make you realize your unhealthy addiction with food.
Yeah.
You know, and like all of it, like our unhealthy habits with food. It's like most people wake up, the first thing they have, when's breakfast?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, had breakfast, when's lunch? And then it's like little snacks before dinner, and then dinner, and then it's like little nighttime, little
I'm
midnight
guilty. I'm
snack.
guilty of that.
Dude.
especially if I'm high.
But I burn 4,000 calories a day.
Right, but you're not. Most people, like most
Dude,
people are not
one
living.
thing-
No,
right.
most people are not burning 4,000.
One thing that
calories.
you
and that's
one
the
thing that you
is-
do that like is very smart is you said like a 30-minute workout earns you a protein shake.
Yeah.
Because when you're fasting, you're like, dude, the thought of a protein shake is like
Delicious. So let me go work out
yeah.
to get it.
And I was like, all right, I need that protein shake, so I got to go earn it.
Yeah,
You know?
and it's just a challenge. It's like, you know what I mean, and it's just again, like you take that discipline that you just applied for 10 fucking days, and you think about now, like at least it makes you think about your choices, because you know that you don't need to fucking like eat this or you're gonna die right now or
So
whatever.
maybe when you're off the fast and you get that craving, you don't go fucking grab the donut in the fucking cabinet.
Go eat something healthy, you know. And I tell people to stick to single ingredient, whole natural foods,
Or don't
You know?
at all and just wait till the next meal.
You could,
know?
or intermittent fast or whatever. There's all kinds of ways. And I don't tell people like one way is the ticket or whatever. You got to find what works for you. This is just a tool to help you, you know. And now you're thinking about like you know what I said, like I think about every fucking decision I make with food, like every choice I have with food, every meal I have with food. I make a choice like, is this a good meal or is this a bad meal?
Yeah.
And I'm aware of it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm conscious of it.
Like today's strawberry waffle tower.
Hey, but
Bro,
what did
it
I
was
say?
fucking insane.
Like, bro,
Should have come down.
It's
Do
like
you hear my voice just change? It just happened right now.
I'm not doing it.
That's when, when I get tired, it just goes from whatever and just drops like an octave.
Dude, like yesterday, I rolled for an hour fucking straight with anyone who wanted to roll, and I looked like I got into a shower with my gi on and just turned it on. Like,
he didn't feel tired when I got there and rolled with him.
But my hair was fucking drenched in sweat, when you got there. And Greg was all about it. He was like, let's go.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, well, we're at 2 hours and 10 minutes, and we haven't talked about something that needs to be discussed. The whole fucking reason that we are down here.
Which is what?
Police Week.
Oh, yeah, Police Week.
To teach a grappling seminar because, and I don't know all the details of Police Week, but I mean, there's thousands and maybe tens of thousands of police officers.
I mean, I don't know. This is my first time down to Police Week, but I mean, last night there was... thousands of cops here, right? Yeah.
So we thought Mitch put the Adopt a Cop thing together and massive sponsored this event where we're going to come down and teach grappling. And
there were like 15?
In all reality, probably 30 people, right?
30.
And it's like
30 paid people or 30 people from other organizations?
Motherfuckers, dude. Everybody's here from all over the country, and there's some guys that put together a training opportunity, and out of thousands, 30 show up.
Bro, let me tell you this.
And bro, I'm sick of it because everybody gives all these fat, lazy cops a pass, and it's like, start fucking putting yourself out there, learning some stuff, getting out of your comfort zone, and figuring out a path to being a better person.
The job's not holding accountability to their own.
Yeah.
So Thursday afternoon, I came in a day earlier than you guys. And I came in Thursday afternoon, and I must have come in like 15 minutes after the Unity Police bike tour came in. Because I shit you not, in that lobby that we were in today, there were at least 400 cops in that lobby that were checking in, staying in the hotel. So we know in the hotel that we were running the fucking training seminar in, there's 400 other cops staying there. And we get like
I thought
20.
I thought there was going to be hundreds of people.
Dude, me too.
I didn't really know what to expect, but after seeing how many people are here and then how many people come and train, but I don't know why I continue to be surprised by this. I was telling one of the guys that attended the seminar today, my department was 125 sworn officers.
And there was 2 of you?
No, there was about 6 of us that trained.
All right, so 6 out of 125.
But it's like, but every fucking time it's the same 6 guys. And if we want to go to training or put in a request or try and attend a course, it's the same 6 guys.
Well, look, dude, my department is over 800, just over 800. And literally, guys who regularly train, and now, I'm getting more guys into it, more people into it. So I've got new white belts that have been training for a couple of months, but I don't count them yet unless you've been with me a year or more.
Yeah.
You haven't bought in.
Even 6 months, though.
Yeah.
Give us who's been there 6 months or more?
6 months out of over 800 sworn deputies, I have maybe a dozen.
Yeah, dude.
Give me come on.
And bro, this is what I say to cops. I don't give a fuck if you love jiu-jitsu or you think it's gay.
It's part of your fucking job. Go fucking do it.
You grapple people every day. Oh, no, I don't grapple people every day. I don't care what the level of compliance is. Even if I say, hey, stand up, put your hands, whatever the position, I give you commands and you're taking my commands and you're compliant, I'm still at some point grabbing a hold of your body and manipulating it in a way that I needed to manipulate it to take control of you.
Dude,
that's fucking grappling. You are putting your hands on other human beings. And if you don't think you need to know and understand that fucking skill set intimately, you're full of shit, dude.
Dude, I felt that way, just walking around in public, I'm like, someone could attack me. And or maybe I want to attack someone, and either way,
I feel that, bro.
Either way, I want to be the fucking dominant person in that situation.
Yeah.
And that can fucking happen. It happens every fucking day. You can watch countless hours of fucking videos online about it.
Can you imagine walking around being afraid of people?
Now imagine being a fucking cop.
Yeah. Dude,
now,
it's not that it
you
might
have
happen.
a fucking target on you. Not just that, but you are going to get in altercations. It's inevitable. It's inevitable that you're going to find yourself in this situation. So why the fuck would you not want to be prepared for
Your
it.
literal job is to go do
and
that.
not just your literal fucking job, your literal life could be fucking threatened and taken from you when they get a hold of your fucking weapon.
Bro, I used to say this. I used to say this when I was training cops. I was like, "Hey, who here in this room knows who Conor McGregor is?" And everybody raises their hand. You know, oh yeah, of course. I go, who here in this room thinks that Conor McGregor trains 2 times a year? And that's a silly thing to say. Of course he doesn't. You know, oh yeah. I was like, okay. But when Conor McGregor gets in a fight, no matter how good or bad it goes for him, there's a rule set and there's a ref ready to pull a guy off of him. All right? You guys are going out and you're going to get in fights that don't have a rule set and don't have a ref, but you're only training 2 times a year.
Yeah.
How can anybody here think that that's a reasonable idea? And nobody does, but nobody trains still.
No.
You know?
Because they're lazy and it's
That's
easy,
crazy, man.
and it's hard to train.
It's crazy.
Bro, literally at my department, DT training was like 2 or 3 times a year. And that's it. And it's like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to shrimp, and then we're going to do a Kimura, and then...
Oh, you know what we also have to bring up?
People upset with your Adopt-A-Cop program.
Yeah.
Dude, let's go. Let's talk that up. Let's talk about that, and let's wrap it up, because we're at 2.5 hours, bro.
Okay. So with Adopt-A-Cop, for those of you who don't know, I own a charity called Adopt-A-Cop, BJJ, and we pay for police officers jiu-jitsu training to learn jiu-jitsu until the rank of blue belt, because any blue belt out there against someone who has no grappling experience will absolutely crush them, and there's no chance for the other person. So that's something that is known by everyone in the jiu-jitsu community. So that's something that we're trying to make available to police officers for free. And, it's a cool charity. Check us out, adoptacopbjj.org. Apparently, we received some negative feedback from the last Greg and Mitch show, because we spoke about female police officers and how I really don't remember the full context of what we said, but it was somewhere along the lines of we don't believe collectively that female officers should be on patrol
cops
by themselves, and I stand behind that, and I still stand behind that. So if this is you that I've upset, I want you to understand, I don't dislike females. I love females, and I want you to be safe. And I don't think I think
it's females have smart. A place in law enforcement.
Oh yes,
just
absolutely.
Not on patrol.
Females bring. I'm not saying that cops or females should not be police officers, because I think that they have strengths that they bring that are different than men,
and that are better than men in some areas.
Better than men in some areas.
And sometimes you need a feminine energy.
Yeah,
and not a masculine energy.
But that being said, you should absolutely not be on patrol by yourself, because there are men out there, and I'm talking about biological males and biological females. Like, that's it, because that's reality. And a biological female, I don't care who you are not on the level of a man, like, especially a man like me or the Gregs here. Like, it's just, we're just genetically different, and you should not be put in that position to get hurt. And this is, again, not, and I am not just saying that women should not be in this position. I'm saying a lot of men should also not be in the patrol position of a police officer, because there are also a ton of male officers who are not qualified to be in that position. If you had to arrest me or the Gregs or anyone else who is on our level, you're going to get fucking hurt badly if people have those intentions.
This is what I say to people that are like, oh, I can't believe he's saying that, or they think that that's an outrageous idea. Okay, you have to go fight 2 men right now. It's fucking 1 a.m. it's dark outside, and I say, Mitch, you got to fight 2 guys in the parking lot now. You can take me with you, or you can take Jen with you. Mm-hmm. Who do you want to take?
Yeah.
And anybody that says otherwise, that's not an absolute factual fucking like just that's a reality of planet Earth. Hey, bro, you can take me with you to confront the 2 guys in the parking lot, or you can take your girlfriend. What's it going to be? Come on, dude. And any person in almost any scenario, unless their fucking patrol partner is Gabby Garcia, is going to take a guy like you. Hey, we got this fucking violent offender. It's a fucking domestic abuse call, and this is going on, and that's going on. And you can take Mitch Aguiar with you, or you can take Deputy Jennifer, whoever. Mm-hmm. They're going to want you to have their fucking back.
For sure, 100%.
And if they say they're not, they're lying. But that does, and I agree with what you're saying. It's like, we're not saying chicks can't be awesome police officers and good cops. What you're saying is you think they should be paired up.
They should not be on patrol by themselves because of there's fucking men out there, and genetically we are very different.
Dude, yeah. I have one female officer who's on the Adopt a Cop program with me. All right, she just got the patrol.
Hold that thought. And we won't go way sidetracked. We had a pretty popular girl who was a supporter in our program that left our program because of that last podcast. And a couple gyms or whatever said that they don't want to be a part of it. And I said, okay, cool. We have a huge waiting list. So
yeah, right.
Next. But
if you're telling me you don't want free training because you're mad at me,
they're hurting themselves.
But I'll give free training to someone else.
Yeah, look, and I don't give a fuck if you are a black belt. I don't care. Take 5 girl black belts and try to arrest me. It's not going to happen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just not.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And it's not a knock on females. It's really not. And I applaud the females out there who are training. I applaud the female officers who are training. You guys are fucking setting an example.
100%.
You know,
and bro, they can get good and they can get tough and they can become the best version of themselves.
And it is absolutely like,
and it's necessary.
If they found themselves in a combative situation, they're
100%.
going to be better off than if they didn't have any training.
For sure.
For sure.
And maybe it'll last for backup to come and a male officer.
And hopefully they could, whatever, handle themselves or whatever. But just
and then there's also girls.
Realistically, there is a serious difference between men and women biologically
and not only, I mean, we keep bringing up jiu-jitsu, but bro, when you start adding in strikes,
that's what I'm talking about.
And I'll tell a story,
dude. Gabby Garcia is probably fucking 10 times the jiu-jitsu practitioner I will ever be. If her and I got into a fight, believe with everything in you, I would fucking beat her face in,
bro. That's such an unreasonable thing to say. That's why I love Mitch.
But it's probably the truth.
Bro, I got in a fight with one of my, not me and him, but we were out in public and got in a fight. And I'm not even going to say his name because it was a terrible story, but we've been in a fucking 1,000 street fights together, right? And just a bad situation, and a girl from behind, he turned around and goes, boom. And I've never seen
someone crumble like that.
Someone get knocked out like that in my entire fucking life, dude. Yeah. And me and this dude have fought a lot of fucking guys together.
I think they're dead.
Bro, dude, it looked like she got executed, shot in the back of the head, just and not moving. To the point it scared me so bad.
Yeah. You're like, dude, we gotta go.
Bro, fucking no. I said, bro, fucking go. I scooped her up and drove her to the fucking fire station.
Yeah.
And she was in my car just like a dead body. Because I was like, if I can get her to the fire station and there's something wrong with her, that's a lot better for him if this goes south, dude. Because it looked like she fucking died. And it's like, that's what happens when a 200-pound athletic male turns around and fucking socks a 122-pound girl,
dude. It's not the same. If you and I got in a fight with a gorilla,
exactly.
A real gorilla, a silverback gorilla,
just rip us in half. Dude.
Look, I'm fucking trained. I'm a savage. Whatever, go at it.
That gorilla's
a different thing than I am.
Yeah.
It's just gonna fucking like I'm not even I'm not a thing because it's a different thing.
Have you seen that video of the two silverbacks fighting? And that lady goes,
Somebody stop him.
Somebody stop him. Somebody get the zookeepers. I'm like, that's 1,000 pounds of testosterone fueled rage.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're fucking gorillas. They're supposed to fucking fight. What do you mean stop them? They're gorillas. Let them fight.
What's a zookeeper gonna do? Like, what are you talking about?
Blow their whistle.
They're fucking gorillas. They're supposed to fucking fight. God damn it. Stop them.
Bro, like, that is just another little snapshot of how fucking out of touch.
And look, you know what?
America
you know
is.
what? If someone said that, like we just did about gorillas and me, guess what? I'm not offended. I understand that.
gorilla enclosure? What do you mean? Fuck you.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that I'm not going to do anything to break up that gorilla fight.
Yeah.
You know? And like I'm not offended that I'm not on that level because we're not the same
You're
thing.
not. You're fucking gorillas. We're human.
And
bro.
you know,
and
I was born. I wasn't born an actual gorilla. You know, but I bring different strengths to the
Right.
world.
You have
But bro, I tell this in my jiu-jitsu academy, and I've
we can't let Greg. I interrupted Greg's story.
No, I'm just saying. I say this when I'm down at Vita. Like me and Lapin are on par with this 100%. It's like in this academy, men and women are not equal because I operate in reality. So therefore, you fucking take care of the girls here, and we cherish them, and we fucking protect them, and we train with them, and we make them tough, and we give them hard rounds. We do all the stuff that we do with the rest of our training partners. But the girls in this room, you treat them with respect, and you take care of them. And bro, the girls love that. Oh, fuck yeah. They love that, dude. And like, to think that that's a strange concept to employ at an academy or at anywhere really, right? Like think if I said that as a police officer. Hey guys, there's 30 of us on patrol today. We have 4 girls on patrol with us. Make sure that you monitor their radios a little closer. Make sure that you know where they're at. If they need backup, fucking stay close to them. Like, because we take care of our girls. All right, guys. Think if I said that in like good spirits, right? As like a patrol sergeant, I'd lose my fucking job.
Yeah,
dude.
And I say that every day at my jiu-jitsu academy.
Because they can fucking quit if you don't like it.
In my fucking ethos that I wrote, it says my strength and aggression is a blessing, and I utilize it justly. You know, and it's like that's what as men we are blessed with strength and aggression, and we should utilize it justly. You know, and that's what
100%
exactly what you're talking about.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, fucking.
What were you talking about?
No, so one of my adoptive cop girls just got on patrol. Dude, she's 4'10". She's 4'10".
So she's a literal dwarf.
Dude.
I think that's illegally.
I think
illegal.
4'8". I think 4'8".
Hey, and I'm not saying that.
Google it.
I'm not saying that pejoratively.
Secret. God damn it, secret.
Bro, hey,
what is
Fuck
it?
Google, dude.
What is it?
Secret.
I'm kind of into chicks that look like elves.
K-R.
Seekr. Seeker.
Seeker. All right, let's seeker.
What is a legal dwarf?
What is a legal dwarf?
What? Okay.
You got
What
it?
It's already been too long, guys. You guys got nothing
she's
on Jamie.
4'10" and like, I don't know, 115, 112 pounds. And she started training me, and I'm like, literally, there's nothing you could do to most men to not keep you from getting beaten to death. I said that to her literally. Because, look, when I went through the academy fucking in like 2004.
4 feet 10 inches.
4 foot 10 inches is a literal dwarf.
To be officially classified as having dwarfism, individuals must have a maximum height of 4 feet 10 inches.
Ooh, I'm gonna give her so much shit now.
What about Casey?
Casey's 4'11". Got an inch.
Although a height just under 5 feet is the cutoff for classification of dwarfism, the average height for individuals of short stature is 4 feet. In many instances, the terms dwarves and little people are used interchangeably. So I think your wife is
a little person?
technically a dwarf. Technically.
I'm kind of jealous.
But I told her, like, a girl that I went to the academy with that was built like her back fucking 17 years ago, 3 months out of FTO. So like, you know, I don't know, 6 months on the street.
Yeah.
Got fucking beaten to death with her own baton.
Of course, bro.
You know, like there's nothing you can do. There's no, I hate you. Like you said, I don't care if you're a fucking black belt. There's nothing you can do to fucking stop that.
Man. And it's.
I'm not going to say if you're a black belt, because most female black belts will fuck up a lot of dudes. You know that's true.
Yeah,
They're not going to fuck Mitch up. That's a different thing.
For sure.
You know?
But
bro,
not okay. But yeah, I'm a different thing. But look at, there are just large fucking dudes,
4 foot
regular
10,
fucking
for sure,
dudes out
for
there.
sure.
4'10", 112
They're
pounds,
just
like,
regular fucking large human beings that are a problem.
But I also think it's important to
that have zero training or anything,
Yeah.
but just the sheer size of them.
But
And I'm not saying
regardless,
don't train jujitsu.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's,
saying
that's where I was going with it, because
women
it's like,
shouldn't be on patrol by themselves.
if you're a short, small female that has purple belt jiu-jitsu, there are going to be an exponentially higher number of men that you can work to the back and strangle those motherfuckers.
100%.
Yes.
So don't sell yourself short and not continue
You
to
should train.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You
100%.
should fucking train. Everyone should train. You especially.
More so, yeah, for sure. More so than anyone, for sure, 100%.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Greg's getting sleepy.
I am getting sleepyhead, and I think it's time to wrap this up. So
That's it,
do we
man.
got
we got
anything in
we
closing?
got another episode coming. What, July 10th?
We got more.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. More episodes.
We got an episode
Fucking-
coming, and we got.
I didn't fuck your knee. You fucked your knee, bro.
We got. We got.
got it
I
in.
need to make the ending an alternate ending to
There we
that
go.
story, and now I know that I have more to work with. So
That must include ass eating.
it will. Obviously.
It always does.
Yeah, it's rhetorical.
All right. That's a wrap.
All right.